Yes, de a child bebu enyina. Ever me vim lady Afia Pokua and a production team now is solid. Obia at nase. Free no anajo ebesi ne. Omo na ayo. Ghana hondo nti eno mayesa. Yen ye essential services workers. Nti obia da yentumi na. Obia wo lockdown ba ye de ebe ye adwuma. Efi dwo ada ko no mampani his excellency na nado dan kokufado ene mpanifo aka wo asoye ahwe empotama mamoni nkronkuma untu so ache se omo ba be spray market edwa akese ne nketo a ewo Ghana nyina omo hyase efi enkran wabobo market awodo bi ene sen coronavirus ya rekese ya abebo Ghana fo ama inti Ghana hu akan ene onam kra omo etonton ne ma ewo ka akwa ho kra de mask ahwe omo hone e de gloves ahwe omo sa obieso se coronavirus eba abechi omo akofa asem aba na so se de be ye behu sade no bibia bebe bia no o se ye ka ne hu no egubre enu nti ene ne yete ante ne empanifo akukudam Parliamentary Select Committee on Health womo eba betena nu se acheche de womo ye ewom enro anajo parliament fo ana e ma hyebejafo ewom so womo ampanika ese ba bia nipa dodo be hia me ehia de enso parliament ye adwuma o se ye hyemra na make us say nyina NIA National Identification Authority egusu o motwero di anope ya NIA e di statement about beto abonte e chese e di ntwero no omo ye na Ghana fo mienu bi e de omo akokot no omo agyae omo na entwero bium pressure pa e bigu NIA fo omo echem esanso obi ehunu se asema o mampanika ene no a lawyer intifo ene lawyer aban aba be kyeremu wo mra ne sense eyemra o mampanika sa eyemra. In fact, omonchire mu kra se omampani beti me declare state of emergency. Obi abeda. Omampani tumi an Ghana constitution no e de man no ba kono no. Enti so omampani beti me create state of emergency dia. No omampani kasa adenti na NIA egusu chrodin. Enipa mienu afale suit e wo Supreme Court. Na NIA ankasa kwanchen for penny for satefa ehun se jana eba no esoma no anope ya oso wejeji ntwo no na na onim ye de ayi professor Kwatin every what they saying University of Cape Coast no wow a drive here free hono maba onim say sa coronavirus enya de foforo history is just repeating itself 1915 ekwa kwasi 1918 in fact first world war no eni na chi nyina ayi Spanish influenza ebai sa Spanish influenza no Gold Coast abre na Ghana Gold Coast ebisi ya onim se Ghana soldier for kokoma Britain for no omo ba no ebi de yare ne baaye edi ya soldier for na chi baaye na Ghana so ekopia tachi man Spanish influenza no coronavirus sabre no se de o mampani ka se manipado mu nhia no ye hyemra ese manipado do nhia ye ka se asore kra mo omonye this is history na so onim abakosem a we be odi na wiase be se o na we die na Bible no kra ye history o na Bible na hye honkom na wotwe ya ye dance for magazine Awake magazine 2005 e de copy e ba abontene be chese as far back as 2005 na Awake magazine a predict say 2020 bi say besi o de toto ho say et say Spanish influenza no na the professor Kwatin ni nuanom a omo historians omo sua bakosem e che ne say emfie ohabia yare kese esi emfie du bia 10 years bia eno so yare bia eya se kese sa esi WHO wiase nyina apomode adwuma ko ne chese we eye pandemic eye epidemic e kanipa dodo atreko aman bebre so nipa 16 as say Ghana yesa aka say wo mo ye coronavirus fo no die ehu e wo mu ne say community transmission ashase e free Ghana fom e ko Ghana fom e shase na efi abroche e na ba Ghana e ti say de China e shase no na efi China na e ko China efi we ho na e ko we ho yare na nkasa coronavirus wo hwemu a say the doctor for hwemu no efi mom na kekọ mom say eti efi nipem e ko nipem afi efi oman foforo so e ko oman foforo so Donald Trump so onyi ni China for yare ene kwa de atiate se e wo wiase ba bia we nyina eye critical issues ye be ne den na yetumi aso ade we ya no ye be ne den na ade we antre amro bosumi awieye ye be ne den enu ti ena no pe critical issues ya to e wo dem no ntu si ne ma kra mpacho gibre na mo aso emra ha ne tie nsem wo beti abakosem unim se o mampani asan de 100 million cedis yo $100 million at all NDC bo bi say abai wo sheda 16 cases no kan no be chase Canada wo ma sha se ko echedi the NDC for ne nkofo bi kan no aban so se nyesa apomde adwuma for health workers no mo ye adwuma no kwa protection bambo ben ene ye de ma wo mo obeka ya na watch Ghana Medical Association for kra ba abonte abeka say number 1 PPEs no sa accoutrement no asoja for ko wo a mo hye no a doctor for so will be accoutrement yare ba omo hye omo se omo komo de no so ye ko nabdam MP a honom e kire say ba ko pe ene wo are we serious asoman no ye serious ana sa de we pese e kan e critical question me bo a critical issue e wo se e kan wasem iti 100 million ye kire say 100 million da be na eba sika no e wo ho ana ye kwaje ne IMF and World Bank this week ya Kenofrata minister a wo hwe o man sika 72 so de sika papers eba parliament wa che ba bi sika ni free e ho na NDC focus se ye ni kapre ye ni sika da ye kwaje ne IMF by investigation ni review a ye wo critical issues je say ya sika no 100 million de ye wo eda ho nemum IMF no World Bank etwe sika de aman bia sa ya rewe atiesi ho America for kra kwa kwajibi eno so ye critical issue e ampa sika na wo ho ebeba ye de ma hwan ana won chendi na MPP for person wo ye nyina nim say aban bia ati akonwa so a ways and means e wom obeka ye rakosi nyantechi ko justice dem committee ko ka say coefficient nti ano te critical question say I am $100 million no eye coefficient sika ene ye becha akodi ana say no so ye den anope mammo akwaba critical issues ya from me vim lady Afia Pokua eke kwabre komfo na do mo hajia bintu ene ye be kono level ye kono Afia Pokua level enti na nwumre anope ye hia no enti production team no ye nua be ma Prince Obimpe atenase waye krado sika ene cameraman ni nyina so aye krado obia etwen se de critical issues ni nyina ebebremo mamenka wo sa aboafo kukuda wo mo boyen ame ye de nsem ni nyina abremo eye this way chocolate drink do here any ensuo share sanso and a special ice mineral water ensuo de krojin otayechi ene wo boyen ame ye de nsem ni nyina enso abrel unim se eyi wa ha sanitizer wa ha ye ni abrel despitemedia eni agro nti free gate ano ekosi inside studio nyina ye boy ho ban critical issues ye ba sese ane de aka no aba beto aso ama e frame vim lady abusi afọ ma akwaba me sam wachi bi oni akwaba eba critical issues you live ewo UTV ever me Afia Pokua nene ye hye enkomobo no ase na se ebehu abakwasem na yakwakofa ehun nsem nyina ede abro no wo hu se mekuta book kese abi wa ha I share history Africa and the First World War yare a efi World War ni mu baaye se de ba obeti ase se sa epidemic yare we coronavirus enya de foforo esida onyankopon onye Turkish god bibi ebesi bia no oboye kokko okayen asa na de krono aba enti yenhye nkomobo na say Professor Kwame Osei Kwatin Dean of Faculty of Arts University of Cape Coast Gwei anase Cape Coast o hanum say ya ofi Cape Coast ahomachi no hwa o all the way from Cape Coast and our drive here and our baby do ahomachi sanso and your board chairman of Kolebu Teaching Hospital onukoya so am na shebedwani wo lejokuku abato mpeso eso Dr. Okoboy eso studio say ono so your doctor ni a medical doctor make us say onukwa na dey sanitizer we ba we made in Kolebu ti mo amona ma sanitizer mudi bu nkrofo ton 30 Ghana cedi 50 Ghana cedi ta mo twen say ye jai say corona self quarantine period it twem bosome a obekwa sorry akodi adanse say yes wonya mfaso so no maka dada say fire burn you people all we made in Kolebu sanitizer Kolebu for nkasa e de aba ene ya kasa so ye de e wo hanum say de tie bia say obe follow guidelines and penny for de ama no ho nsa we use sanitizer no kwan prensa de to so nan no ho nsa and running water insu a 8 na obi kuta sachet water kra no ohwegu nsa so na wa ho nsa ni nyina ye bebo ensemwe ehun komo ti am akwaba share live wo Facebook and answer despitemedia wo YouTube na fo adwenche o questions bia wo no ene doc ene prof wo hanum ye ntwetwe ehun komo sanso enche bia honorable Akando member of the health committee of Parliament oba be kan ehun sanso na Dr. Domfe wo University of Ghana economics department ba be kan ehun amwache mu say 100 million ampa ewo ho anase ni nyina etisen enti abusiafo anope good morning mpenifo good morning
good morning
doc we dey mumienu nyina na wo say me pa mo che okra cause ano ho anda me ti say no mo ye extended sitting of Parliament ti mo pon anajo kafra on say politics enya easy sir your future president the future Ghan president ebenya dachi wa no bo ko boy ye groom no bedu o mpeni sa me ana me dey ma don way
be very important
me ana me dey ma ana prof Kwatin to from matching from UCC unim Cape Coast going so anyhow dangerous that road is me what the me fast akwa so ana jokra menye nti prof ya da so se waba prof you be a onim history what show a lot of articles in fact book we o kan ho no mo cho ne onua bema Dr. De Valera University of Cape Coast say prof unti omumienu na atros abuku to be say corona no enya de foforo bia unti prof say that say anopewa ba Dr. Okobo ma me sha sem fu so ne hwe the medical side of it sa coronavirus virus ben na edi hu abai virus ben no
yo if you mami ndawasi me dey say na me frɛ wa vim lady o mami you kratin be say vim hu ti say
no who say
enti anopa me chia wo hwefo nyina eni me senior prof ye ka say coronavirus say na prof aka no coronavirus it was first isolated in the 60s just say area far as far back 1960s that's close to 40-50 years ago and you discover the first group of coronavirus now you feel on corona in Italian actually say crown ocean wo say na etie wo electron microscope asia aye round to say football spikes free mo aba
enyin chiachia no
ampa nti enu nti na mo frɛ no corona no na they had discover we the friend novel corona no enu the first time although the features all qualifies or corona viruses there are a lot of viruses falling under the family corona but where okay busuano niama nyina kire say okay busuano nanso first time ya discover no under the microscope ewo nipa mu exactly
let's say that ewo nipa mu nti na wo hoba na ni nipa
zoonotic virus kire say na you suspect ewo mboa mu na first time ya wo nipa mu 2019 enti enu kan ho na sebi o news no akofa and wide I so obi aka no asem if you say ye doctors any scientists no ye share ye refu ye share new organism ana before be say pathogen bibi I cause yare for the first time big news I say what discover bibi fufu you ase ye hu da de enti omutimi hu say we fufu no say enim de akonim enti virus ana bacteria ya bibi e cause yare no uhia na utumi pai mu go ehu niema kra ewo mu a e form virus
doctors mo bre mutumi pai virus
yes
virus ma yemfa ye
yes enu na efe no genome ana genetic constitution na enu na ya omuhwa omutumi mapi o say we Afia Pokua odi Dr. Koboy captain say omuba together no ma form virus enti enu na yetimi hweso ye de ye the friend vaccine
eduru a ye di tumi
exactly enti yetimi hihye bibia ese virus no nanso ye nya man yet se virus no nkunipa nanso ye hihye na de amawo onuma onipa dua ho ni se virus na aba no corona aba na waboabo asafo ano aboabo ano na wanya bebre enu na friend immunity just say una
virus no any cure but immune system na na kuntia
in fact obia wa recover from corona no enye edro na ema no onu ani nipa dua na healing no
I see
enti the coronavirus is self limiting bro for say self limiting say e ba enu ani enti go for bebe wo a omo virus wo mumu the omo show symptom bia they will build immunity recover and complete the process even obia wo no exactly enti corona ye kan no symptoms area onya I say wanya kata in fact 95% of cases nkofo hanya omo 95 they will have mild symptoms
sir
maybe a kata a sneeze here and there as we speak me checking and no the number of cases are worldwide we are seeing was 140 any cases are infected cases are here dealing with right now doctors are treating across the world 140 831,000 cases. No, forgive me. 148,223 as at 9:14 a.m. Out of this, 95% have mild symptoms. Mild. In fact, this will not work it to you.
It's partial dog. And
because Sebio Obibetima onim. Ono ani padua be kiono na ono ahele no nam obi kra nim so nya corona
sir
yes the reason is say yare bebre aye kata viruses na cause you adenoviruses omo your family your coronavirus
so omo wo abusuafo say wo gamashi kinkanwe omo so
ampa so your group of viruses yes your group of viruses from adenoviruses your group of from coronaviruses
na mo say di ni nya mo
na mo nim de can say corona ma say not tinti into you call into the history you know why first time you hu no your man Sunday and your group of from influenza viruses na be we say unqualified answer na deny de ato ana wa babusu no mo na the one say virus that me body nyina eyewa obi ambon because ye ni won dada ya share one many years ago but say fofo be na ebe news eno so interest am fan serious ampa we bi mu no yare no timi ye serious maka say 95% of cases mild but the few 5% no say be nipa na ye serious no enti eno so news no for two reasons. One is the first time I have. Two, because one year film no, you see doctors no ehyan. They high can say obi ani wa owo immunity. This are you answer na why then wa build immunity. But kata de ngofo bebe organ ha, o check ni moja, obe wa adenovirus o mu. Obe timi ahun influenza. But no enye news because ye nyina yenya emeko. Na bako so am be kan on say this hand washing aye kan. Bibia about 70 years ago ton and I experiment bi na hu say we obi ota wash your hands we you free yare bebre mu and the hand washing is sanitizer there by enye corona dia exactly a general principle la ota boss abrana bi no typhoid fever e be din say be to unso be na typhoid da che say ordinansa ekohye bi a obi aja na wan ru ni say yie enti nsa e experiment for hospital bi na hu say two words ba ko ye di siosi hospital na no ansa na doctor ni nurse bi abekom no nsa ba ko ye jani sa e bi ye hu nsa no yare eta ba word no reduce by over 50%. Enti eno na ye hu say hand washing is important. Enti kakra so on be kan say corona no sebi o omo manya corona oga na anyina no se na kan na nyo bia na oda mpam a obabewu in fact
enti ni persisting omo
say bebre was self isolation. I think there are about a few 3 or so omo ya hospital because it was say omo ya no now I do to hospital or corona Vim, and yes, a mo anti-corona draw. Dear doctors, yani say, so why she kakra, your mo will dream on who she need a buffer. Say, oh, me, ya mount from an umina, I come. Now, nipa duan kasa.
And a back one,
exactly.
But I no crazy be more a month or mamma baby.
Oh, some have recovered. If you might recover. Oh, no. Utim, yes, you'll be a recover. And then I mention every morning, you're self-limiting. Self-limiting say a start here, a co, no idea, as if form. Into what is so be a recover, man, you because any draw extraordinary and any money panel. And once any panel, in fact, 90% of positive corona cases, they are not in hospitals. Or on fear.
But yes, because Munni, Sir Mahama isolation centers no kind, Munni be. Good. In fact, you see, Accra Regional Hospital, facility, no, so me to me, and funny persisting in Iran to
say your healthcare system, and this say UK and US. Your dear brother friend, structural challenges, Mijitum. But point in say, education kakra. Nkofo hanya corona. Out of Ohano, one share the maximum by hospital or medal A4.
Oh, okay.
The rest are in their homes. Okay. Ebi onum the onya kata edema onu vitamin C. Yamanu antihistamine, cetirizine rising. Nemema inflammatory response no aye kama. Bebre danger is on what them say. Onu with time no obe recover, but your person obe pure be ma mini wo.
The reason also started.
Exactly, because ebi on the man mini wo a ebi onu hwianye no, ba ebi a wo de na mu be din kakra. So to avoid intina we asị
because we are now also immune system na nya din sa.
Exactly. Intina we asị na wo ye nkofo bi omu de omu ye high risk group. Professor high risk group on the yanka mo nya bi. Ti say obi a wenyi more than 70 years. Omo no mo ho den ti say mini wo. I say obi a sebi over HIV. Omo immune no enye strong. Nti ana obi a yare bi wo no ho a ye was some blood diseases. Cancer sin yama ema wa ho din esi form. Obi wo akoma yare nti onu anka say onam no nsuo kakra wo no busu dada. Se corona de no ko jimu a ebe aggravated. Nti bebre na mon kai abroche no omo more than 70 no omo doso because they have a high life expectancy nti yare bi ba na yare bom panyifo a wan je ntema etime eden eyi free ho nti me nka say yare no enye serious e real yembo ye hu ban na nso me ka say enye yare a sebi unim say na ti a enye yare a no nti say no pema ba ha obi wo wo say ompie banyame adom enim de kakra me wonti menim say kro nye yare a no nti wo say me ko shedem but still no me kita me sanitizer me wash me hands me bomb me over Monday me collect ma akoye treatment menim say ko na ba so I go to the hospital yes me ko akoye consultation the only reason me call say sebi o share or odiswa it mean you free problem
yeah that's a dog okoboy na o cheche coronavirus so say enye hu na no kra so say nkofo ho ato mo ba do Precautionary una wosua history in fact book na say dem di kan no unu nua be ma enetwe corona no enya de foforo okoboy they say 60s and 70s nearby. But also why researchers say First World War no cry no. Na Spanish influenza it say we say e bi buy. Che sa ba kwasem no.
Okay, me da se me chia atiefu nyina.
O mo da se so.
Yeah, em say o ma ne da di pefe say ye wo emusia eye virus no musia na de ye frɛ no coronavirus no de 1960s and the buy. Ne mum no abusia ba akon friend influenza oboni eni influenza no ebe dedi emeredi kan wo wiase nyina eye 1918 but na 1918 no na ye kese pa but ansa na 1918 no ba na Ghana hakura ni bi esi hada 1889 to 1892 ebisi o Ghana na ye coast
1889
to 1892 ebisi wa na mom na ye coast no nko a anko asante ene esiremu mantem ho no enti sabre no na ayese asante ede no ho enti na abrofo no eni access to esiremu no ene ode say asante enti amomo anya statistics but eye mpoano no de omuhu ya twetwere ho asem am ye hu so na de ebeda di kese pa na ene ewiase nyina enti ye di sa edi bi kra frɛ no Spanish influenza e ma no eye se Spain nko ano ekum nipa million no enwotwe
8 million.
8 million Spain kwan from the research no. 8 million ikum.
Edu watching.
8
and watching. Okay.
8 million watching. Uko India 12 million ena ekum wom. Other places Africa hanyina the whole of Africa ekum 2.3%. 2.3% of our population.
Africa.
Africa, you sub-Sahara Africa. What do you boom? So, Uba Ghana, a friend and Ghana, Gold Coast. That Omo from Cape 3 points to Cape Apollonia, and its immediate hinterland. Asante.
Cape Apollonia, nene.
Cape Apollonia, our eastern side has a Accra side, or you know. And now you Asante. And now Bono East, Bono and a half, and Asante region, near friend Asante, colonial town, and your northern territories. Northern territories near northern east region, upper east, upper west, and northern regions, and then Savannah region. Omono Kambu from northern territories. Anna Britain colonizing Omoye, okay, no, Omochichim, Gokus and another colony, Ashanti, a territory, and a northern territory into my dependencies of the colony. Omunyina kambo mu no so influenza here by na nanom some Franza some influenza here by Spanish flu no ekum nipa bese 100,000
ewo Ghana
sa period no
where year be na okay
1918 and 1919 100 years ni 1918 to 1919 on say we are seeing akokon 1914 to 1918 1919 and almost signed Versailles Treaty almost the end
World War no
almost the end World War nti ko no ba na wie no e na sa yare
e kum nipa 2.3% 2.3% and Africa
Africa sub-Sahara Africa no kura no yamfa North Africa kan na mum no omo
yeah be ma to emantem no
Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn be before no
ana Ghana hanko nipa dodo se na wi
100,000 anyway. So ebinum estimated to be 90,000. Esiremu nko ano 30,000. Na Ashanti any colony no so no. Omo estimate say between 60,000 and 70,000 anyway. It is esiremu 30,000 as Ashanti estimated Ashanti Gold Coast who estimated about 70,000 60 and 70,000. Not about 100,000 anyway. Memo figures am wo hu nkuro bi o ha nipa ewu ye ene district bi nipa ewu ye enkomodi ni be obehu se
e very serious na say SARS mpacho mame dog Spanish influenza no the same virus and also a viral infection
and
also a virus
yes and also a viral infection.
I see
na on say nyankopon wona adwemu no virus is here but for friend ubiquitous omo work many places in fact because me were cold most places no yes swipe ho na they call machine as here obe viruses but because because yankopon nim some way bia nti most viruses na oni paduana e deal with them one example on say obi yare no nya fever malaria kakasa na ye mam kan atreat na fever na wanya rashes bi wo
na no ho
yes ye fe no medicine mo ye fe no angular stomatitis angular stomatitis angular stomatitis
the brofu dey no
yes
angular stomatitis
yes na virus I cause one herpes virus na the e won say herpes no nipa de no temi edi no suntem enti dey be around until no na onya fever kakra na immune e ko form kakra pe na wayineni o ye healed no immune man no so na wakle no. So viruses they are ubiquitous. Now, say na make no. The reason why this virus abroche yeah almost vaccine, influenza vaccine. Yeah, the man pay for be because young ones you enter more influenza, I'm friend flu jab. Say no friend no. Na ya news, back cold season, winter no bar. Na ya announcements. Old folks, omo nyina letter. Please go for your flu jab. But influenza still say be ekun krofo abroche. By any news say be because eno de yenim no den edada. Na say corona because aba new no if corona ejun kwa onsema sebi o great news na sebi nkwa bia ho hia nipa ba kokra free mo important but let's say American because yare we first time corona type we strain like they were saying biomedical science and in virology it's a new strain although okabusia bi hu no enunti big great news
but we are aware of history of Professor Kwati.
Oh, me see.
World War no na influenza.
Yeah, some book be a very good book. I don't know whether I've read. You've read it. Why Nations Fail. It can about plague be yare no a free continent to continent. That was close to 200 years ago. Only say yare no started here no. Nkrofo started bonfire or other continent because sailors omo mutu kwan no the message call say yare be air wiping nkrofo away. Na omo bonfires are still about 2-1. Me can be say Nyankopon na was saying that as say we are living in such an age. Your machines are in fact you have to multiply virus in the size by close to 1 million times before you can see. Entity no munim infidie way I within a short idea. Enti yare we about 150 years ago. It would have cleared a lot. It can even clear half of the world's population. Oh yes, we have to be extremely grateful. Extremely. In fact, my catcher will say, "Bi corona, I recover. Ni nyina obi ni." And New York City, omo health department, omo issue communicate. Say no omo PPEs, no omo materials, air sano. Uye obi na wo unyare no symptoms. Now your health worker, mo obi ko check so ko test you for corona.
Okay. Obi answer na fie. In fact, obi ti say Idris Elba say so obi but video so ye nyina. Oh, all right.
And no, the into omo cancer ni so omo say omo materials is shorty. Now the reason why it was short is say omo test even omo ni any symptoms say you say obia and I test sankrofo na o test 100 obeti manya 40 omo but the point is that oh yes also test obia your things would run out but virologists now will say people can get it recover all without showing any symptoms so they will rather take precautions check as many people as possible but there must be reasons before they check you
yes yeah that's but you prof now bobodin says na me per clarification from doc say influenza no ne corona no e wo abusuan ba kom no wa confirm say ni nyina ye virus sa nti e baaye no is it because na nim de ya doc ko na bi ni hontina e kum nipa 100,000 mo a e wo Ghana na
yeah de ye hwe kwan fa so ba
e baaye wa mo kra na de baaye
e kwan fa so ba ye wo two conspiracy theories
okay
ba ko won say Germany for omo nkrofo na ye Austria na Turkey na omo gina fa na Britain and France and Russia omo so gina fa from allied force na America be kan omo ho be kan Britain for nti omo ne kodi nkunim wen na war no na omo no kire se sa yare ye ko hu no America Germany for na use as a biological warfare bio war against sa allied forces no one conspiracy no and another conspiracy and a theory is say American soldiers no and omo di free Kansas state of Kansas ho na omo di yare no omo di makode no free Kansas eba Spain to omo di buy no omo free one military camp into no omo spread it into so hwe kwan yare no spread it ya ijira baby bebre e wo Europe even Africa han kra na ya soldier for na omo ba omo krom no Ghana ha say no yes ship bi an friend SS Songa American ship bi and Sierra Leone for governor no Sierra Leone obedu Sierra Leone no e be yi nema na e to aso no abagana no mo hu say e de yare ni bi aba no mo e catch ode message ba say yen hwe yi go coast for mo hwe yi na ship yi di sa influenza ni bi aba ha nti mo hwe ni yi e di ombeduru ha no nipa na na ka ehyen no e ka ship no yibu se na omo ya yare sa yare no nemom no yare no se de etre ye call asante call ceremony ade no me wo hwe buku ya me tre me se maka se me ye me wi mu se asojafo no ba no ba August ship no ba August na September mu na yare no start dias etias te power go kusa na e call ya kokoduru sirem na wo hwe mu se asojafo no na omo base wo Kumase omo base no na wo Kumase na omo beduru ya train do omo call ye no ye mo omo ka se omo nko mu krom na omo kɔ no
so omo de yare no call
ye nkro na omo kɔ so no esiremu so na sabre no Royal West African Frontier Force na ewo ho no emu
do na soldiers no mo
sirem so ho enti omo kɔ no na omo de kɔ but amanfo bebre no e de omo adwena kwa kosi e na wo hwe omo atwere se David Patterson ene Dr. Ade no ne Professor Champon no mo di kan twere fa sa epidemic no omo no di omo adwen kokosi empen bebre eye o de sen ship no SS songa na yesi de ba
but a soldier so dey wo
but me
soldiers
East Africa Kenya any Rhodesia now Zimbabwe Zambia na who say a soldier for no free East Africa no say go Royal West African Frontier Force for no omo kokon no Togo Cameroon and East Africa what is now called Tanzania their friend Tanganyika and Zimbabwe and Zanzibar and after the war omo na German territories nti omo wie omo je you know na ababedi Britain for omo ko hokokon ye na omo eba no and omo de sa yare ye den eba nti me no me gi theory no me de me say e wo ye no kre se ship no na ba bia na ship for no bi kode e ba even secondary kura no e ship bi odum omkoton ne ma om de free akra koton ne ma ho
omo de yare no ko
e no om ko du
it problem person wo change say similarities e wo we no ene corona ni mu ni say e nipa na de ba
yeah
enti ti say the corona no e nipa kotwen ya omo de ba the same thing na we so nipa de ba
e nipa na de ba transportation train omo for a train
migration
omo for a train omo for a car omo for a ship omo kro omo nante ye no omo nyina no na omo de yare no ko say me free Cape Coast na mba me ba me de me car na aba but me ba hai wunim say me wo bi o say me di bi
me no wa me ye bi o
me obi ama mama bi Dr. Kobo ye professional doctor or say obeko legma ye ni ode yi sanitizer free kolebu aba e kire se wakọ kolebu nti wakọ kolebu ho no woni nipa bi akoye yi bi a wanya bi wunim na honorable Minta Akando ono so ye ni ba bi o free buy ono so di wo so ba bi o free buy enti ye di hia mo nipa di kita minim so free jabo so bet ti say dey wakra ofifie dey ba
they say quarantine obi a o
yeah
omo MPC ko suspect omo say quarantine omo ko
enti nipa no ekọ no a ye di hia mu no na sa abre no so ayare no buy no 1919 no nyame anim no nukuri ni na nimdie enuru se de na nimdie wo ho so ho na afi sabre so na efi wo ho papa
especially
efi ni de
okay that's na okay
efi ni
sabre 1918 no na efi wo ho chen
and
me ka so mo tete no mom na ye
tie empoa no ha no efi no atena ha no mo nipa no wo hwe ukọmpoa no with years ukọmpoa no se de omo adan no sitie ne ne ma na me pese me can bebre because one here you offend the sensibilities of people it's you know the American say if one of the your research no any say the banfo asisi me te village bi me fie ba bi a me te o e wo
Cape Coast
me te Cape Coast me te admin na village and so me nim said the dan u fa obi fie ya na obi fie ko fie obi fie we eniema bebre me person me describe no
but dog me na me person emphasizing say nipa kwento ene anante na ma ya
ene ye tbm
ene ye tbm ene te se ne me se obobo nkro no na me ko honorable Minta Akando so corona o se Ghana 1918 ya we ne ba ye Spanish influenza ne che ko ho no
mame mawo Ashanti bi wi a setam mo a then me call
yen sha saving Greater Accra because they say corona Greater Accra na as a dose
Greater Accra so na start free
e free Greater 1918 so Greater Accra and
free Greater Accra say ship no be e wo Greater Accra
oh sir
free Greater
and so hana
hana play no di free hana call secondary and the free secondary call Uniba free Uniba na free secondary sound so call or friend saying Azim and na free to aso na eko hwe wo hwe ayi a oho place and na population and na deaths and na percentage of mortality enti wo hwe colony oka colony na say coastal you know no oka enti nkro na wo colony ni bi si ona me population colony na 1,250,000
as of the time
the colony that southern from Cape 3 points to Cape Apollonia Azim Takwa Sopon Winneba yeah Accra no one coastal na from
na nipa do run here 1
no population in estimated population here 1,255,000
na do so free tete
and was nipa ewu here 1918
and no Azim Takwa Sopon Winneba
nkro na ebi ka nkra bebre honorable Minta Akando say ni nyina aka ho but enipa ewu ye no estimated in 50,200
that's serious
so
50,000
oba Azim now the population yet 2,500 and enya 2,100 case and enipa ewu ye 140 oba takwa population no were ntimi indicate nemum enipa enya abie ne 3417 nipa ewu ye 212 oba so upon population no estimated population of 4000 enipa enya bi 1600 and enipa ewu ye 163 oba Winiba population here
4,000
no 7,000
okay
and 7,000 and 188 and ewu ye one to me a man pay nya bi no but omo ye ne 188 oba Accra na population at that time no na ye 22,000 out of the 22,000 655
mami Kumase
and now Oba Ashanti regional that's Ashanti no na population no the total population was 417,000
okay and
the nipa wu ye ne 9,000 now Oba Kumase na population ye 24,388 and ewu ye of Northern Territories so but me am breakdowns
eyempo Accra no kra na ehia say nipa say awu ewo nti Dr. Okobo kan no o say da Nyankopon say enekra because of technology nipa no ewu sa
medical science
but of course ade no so no say enka ye so ano ntemo a ke nipa ewu sa we de na sebe nimde ni ho prof enne de nimde ho e ba China ye nyina ye ni tua ye hu etre ye ko Japan ye hu other Asian countries ye hui kokobono was enough then it's na homa 16 buy honorable Parliamentary Kando member of the health committee parliament onukro ya so obi a wedi ade we mu akotene sa because as a member of the health committee no wakasa about we yebeko parliament ne akwa isika ye twa ade afasa isika we nya ho honorable mama wakwa ba
ranking member
ranking
opposition no epe
ni di we wan kan
man kasa
na obeju protest abutre akre we wan start to protest say
obese
we so your boss and honorable Parliamentary Kando ye honorable Okobo boss Dr. Okobo du kolebu a na ye bo chairman bodu parliament
otimi ne da
penny yes
otimi buko te
say bo
anyway
ndi ebusia fogusa o share live UTV or critical issues here and some ekoso coronavirus any issues so because matters are rising nti ya ne Professor Kwatin Dean of Arts School of Arts Cape Coast University Faculty of Arts Cape Coast University and Dr. Okobo so onye ni part UCC so dey we nim marking scheme na chair heavy marking scheme and Dr. Okobo say board chairman Kolebu and honorable Parliamentary Kando ka say udru parliament there oye ne boss oye senior to Dr. Okobo to man bo Kolebu there oye board chairman ti o dey no we di ni senior honom but Dr. Okobo said make no and no miamia no or the new first sanitizer Kolebu fo ankasa aye said the bank of no musisi nkofo okrom no ombeja sisi na omoye no nti honorable Parliamentary Kando so join honorable ranking member on the health committee said the bank kwaju post obia obeni kese yamwachi
mejoso
akwaba so mejoso me ko parliament anka na me leader o
nko kontemo
na say there
free one na we
na say na minimum na say you ranking member say me ko parliament anka me so me ranking member
na mo minimum my professor there mu do super o
omuni
nyame hye na papa
good
Afia say na odi kan ye no asemi free day one na ye di akira aka ho so adapa de ya GB e wo man ya do
virus at
this point in time no mimi rule me play na nyakono so I can say nyakono because as a ranking member you should be able to identify the loopholes in the system now draw a buying attention to it into bia okasa na nya de bia he will come at you so I can say nti but etienti ye de yenya so adwuma na Ghana for the
but we adwuma na as genuine say ranking member na
so
amanyo semti
no
and na wo yire ho kan bare ti na kofo tumi
o before mene menyankopon obi a wo de sa de we be amanyo se bia na wonim de wo ye yenya your parliament you are at risk than most of Ghanaians maybe etino afibia on average more than 2/3 of members of parliament to coin. Any diplomats na ye adwuma
there be also an enclosed place. Maybe your distance a woman very short. Me am here. Apart from my me a farmer, me import me near in China. Every year be mama Ghana mesra 2 times.
China for
no. They come here. On be show mum feed the way is every
I
year.
see.
So what I say, inti every now there politics. We are all at risk. Sometimes they kind of passionate. Say be ya sabi. When we do baby, I also can't the man ya buying ya. Now buying because the American say the American be should not be vindicated. So me have vindicated that is dangerous for the country.
Yeah.
But the government should prove me wrong. Sana me pe. Ntina aya me kamane ya buying ya. Na ba na so akwa ketekete we kwa na oye say say ni briaba. And ade we nso aba no. So Afia and panic na ade a ebetumi akon transparency.
Okay.
Say bibia mo beda ho. Ye mfa bibi enye de NC. Nti enye sabe enum na enra ye free parliament very late. Very late.
Yeah, no, Dr.
Very late if you parliament. And power frame.
No, Adakra. Nobody na
but ye
Dr. na kra de me so say na Rebecca, anya me anka na Rebecca. Me na mo ne.
Ye nyina ye kan. Ye say ye immune system no so no. Ye ma ni nyina nice so. Ye ni di ye, ye num nsuo ye, ye nyi ahom ye. But ye de te ha. Na me de abaya man some near trivialize no. Say o kan asem no. Na say mpanyimfo amfa anya adwuma, ne ye trivialize no, ne ye ridicule. Now say we energy sir na ya but you
but in penny for already code there.
Oh, not in penny for not in penny for
but Ghana for
so
far
some of them for example, and I raise some of these issues on this platform. Oh, and then there on your health expert Adentina, these are some of the issues. And I mean on a lighter note, president and yet health expert,
yeah,
but he's leading this fight.
Yes,
the minister responsible for health
on your health expert, yeah,
he's leading this
or
fight.
your accountant,
What you say. And on our committee, Papa Inetiwe, there are a lot of medical doctors, even on our half.
Wednesday,
exactly.
Nabdam MP, so a medical doctor.
Exactly. Nawani, right?
Nawani, yes.
Or you have. And Ranyumri, Ariano, me from Munina, what is the new direction? Yina, ne ya dream home. I mean, I'm here the spokesperson. Maybe home, but Nina, they be a free trim yet.
Opposition for no.
Opposition leader on the health
so intino me hobe ohin sam yeden me kasa but mamu no bia na responsibility
nti yanko so far 16 cases say me ma preamble bi say de o kan ye de mo warning ne ye adwumade na ba China ba nyina we saw it
e ho nyina meko afia yeko we so awe we no akwai no nkosi na ntatwene obo anim anye yi obo akire so anye yi de ma me kasa ne say why we na wo kasa ne ehu fa na wo koso fear and panic.
Oh, okay.
I was say avoid it. And na so wa anka ne hu so sa mamamfo antia so mo de bedi agro. Ye beti ani no ne nyina na yewu. But so mo de America no. Nti akoye ne ho kosia na ntatwene. Ubo ani manye yie, ubo nchim. Ba wo se yebo. So what you say. Nti no ni nyina mu no e wo se yebo ye ho ban efu yare ne ho. Number 1, me my friend as my principal say my friend say yare ne manya bi. Nti say ankebe ya obi amfa ne say yare no wanya bi because ufa ne say wanya yare ni bia ne wanama abetu no enkoso harm to you.
Okay,
so wanya bio anamo na abetu no it doesn't enkoso harm to you. But then can what say because they can so ufa ne say wanya bi na one person be spread ya obe use hand sanitizers obe wo nsa u kasakra be hweye obo wa be hweye ni nyina mu no say wanya bio unya bio it doesn't cause harm to you. But then can what say de eto ahobiem so we wadwe se wanya bi na wo koma na kwa obedidi yie obejiwa homi yie obenum nsuo yie na wanya bia sa ne ma na be no ekoso harm to you enkoso harm to you nti me no sa na me den ahye mitrim nti going forward so bia betimi adopt sa strategy na ebe ya maye afia again me nya medical doctor nkenkaye ene niema binum am ya hu se afia ya wie kane no adapter for word be a mutation kane no adane nti jahwe ndem ma ne hu ba kono no otumi dane no ho nti according to sources they say kane no na nka nipa ntumi mfa ma nipa na nka eya aboa na tumi di ma nipa
ne yonko aboa
de ma aboa
dog crack and once.
Oh, okay. Sorry, so me repeating him maybe I'm fanching because ebia me elite nti
for emphasis
nti no the sia no efi ochina na ochina chi ko no wonnim another characteristics that a bit me and also Emma Yareno now back to 16 question ya obisai and a whole name madwuma na nyakono Afia and I repeat it on any platform seven previous people back crash hwene nkwa enye from day one sankasa seriousness we ye show ya anka even 50% you show ya right from the one nation customer okay you bedu be dream and I still stand
okay by 16 cases
I still stand by like be 16 cases nimpa and you lateral transmission
say if
locally
Ghana
okay and I will show you why measure say free
okay
I didn't make cancer baby you dream ya restrict amaya hudu obinum say ombeba ha baby you dream say ya restrict binum
ya pamo place
binum krako so what I say ya really be brain na yenya ye no eye import omo mufu baabi ebeduru ha nti de ebeboa yen eye say ye be restrict ye entry so what I say nti ye entry point ye be ho yi na emom wono mo ye omo hwe a enye yi e woso mu wuro omani mu no e kwan be ye do be fa so quarantine I will say hoso ye dey ehemu kana na nti say obeduru ho no ye say wan kasa quarantine ho say nipa de be ye say onye obi anim so what I say nti say odi say nipa na dwen mu so oduru ha onkoye na make sure say obeya onya more contact cases the precautionary measure no e ho na free
okay
because nim say free amanone na aba ya shine say onko say dem because oye suspect beyond the incubation period no so on tram free ho a onim de won ho nti e be man restricting interactions with people and kenye na ye hwe say
okay
but what am I
saying you proactive
for me
you serious
for me in yesterday for me in my humble opinion and from where I sit
then anka person anka yem block flights na shate na
anka shate na ehu say dangerous no say yem block flight ni pass anka ye quarantine process na usanka ye shemu kana
nti uba ye wodan bia by force so be kwa kwesi
enye by force kra na say wo free say wan kasa ebia o me member of parliament maduru ho me fie menya ba bia me quarantine me ho ye the measures be go akwam ya ensure say ampa me for me no because say ye sa anka wonu mu a ya identify confirm no anka muso mu ni microphone ni anhia bebre sa but they make characters and no go be me free
because you say you over 600 contacts
very good nka betimi avoid it so what I say again there's another controversial point forgive me and from where I sit again you share Dr. Basa Mwamo ni minister money ade and baby am
but remember the appointment no so also on the point I will make you say ya anye serious in term no matter argument be on focus say papa appointment the crowd bantemu a and ka be chese Ghana ye serious but SARS no di animu Ebola na papa di animu and so your friend na go say last minute ye nya cases asana ye
confirm na me confess on this program say you share no I was really educated
anya nko a
I'm for confessing.
Many NDC members of parliament, MPP for baby akasa, emo mu nyina ka say.
I was really
in fact,
educated.
omukra na HM say senka papa na appointment no e ba antemo a.
Well,
enka ye nu.
Me ho de me nko ho. But ye meeting at some levels they disagreed with me. But I still stand by that position. Meaning medical doctors in people may disagree with me, but I still and I'll raise those issues here. Me can say or more confirmed cases in no full disclosure.
Full disclosure.
Yeah, mom di metro bontin.
Oh, there be doctor patient confidentiality.
Listen to me. If you am pro, me say controversial, medical bo koko.
But we cry the law now so na
listen, we are not in normal time. Go and see parliament from now. We are even tinkling with Article 5. I am entrenched position in the constitution.
Listen to me.
Listen
okay,
to me.
Okay,
listen.
Koso.
Full disclosure.
Full disclosure.
Say,
okay.
You be encourage nkofono monya ya really be no because in other jurisdictions no
omo ba
bonten e di onom dinnom e do mfoni be gwa bonten nti there are two strong cases against my position and these are the issues omo etis e ma ho kwan but what you say back no and na the etosu menu e stigmatization these are the two strong arguments against my position now about stigmatization there be a program so ameka me hu dey enti was stigmatize obi because of this virus because just like any flu it is a wunya flu na say stigmatize why then also stigmatize we and no say be prejudice on what if when nyansa bia nim so what I say nti we say encourage you ho say obi yare ni bibia me stigmatize no now tie me so my argument no me argument ne say see ya anya ne sa see so far 16 no ba akopɛ na me kra me di mani abu me nim no nti me ti hai say me ni omum bi adi ahye mu e be na mahunu matima ko test ana say matima quarantine me ho are you listening to my argument nti say nsam ne ba
disclosure no to me affect safety of other people
etimi man spread more because me any of the 16 ni mu bia ahia e na me manya yare na enam say me nim wo no mu nti no me ntumi nkosa me kokotest as me quarantine me ho so what I say nti me namu nya na me spread yare no but say ye full disclosure na me hu wo no mo a quickly no e bia me quarantine me ho anasa me da me ho so nti ye mfa sa argument me enu wo nti ye hin na be boa wo man no
full disclosure are you be protecting nkofo aka anase ye be kan anu atum na nkofo
are you with me
Matiase
but dem fi about Matiase nti me I am not oblivious of the fact to say ethics bi wo ho anase stigmatization bi wo ho but odi sa nyema boni ni nyina an argument me nya toto a the obvious question we say bi say ho ne say the hin na be boa o man no am yetime si awe no ho kwa and I say them situation very controversial now again
we will point to how my name got other other sectors so
the biem amede ka ho ne say even as I speak to you and now me no ka say me jitu mu say ya ho boa no still na ewie peyo ye ni sika number 1 number 2 your labs ahodo a test cases we so far emienu enurachi TV3 news so me hwe 7 o'clock KCCR omo suwa fra aban sa aban meboa wo and other labs so reject kra omo ni bi mpabocho dangerous my
even ya kra person ke ya homboa na de niam kra koma 37
mpabocho dangerous my ya pe labs ni kan wo already this one ya moa wo no even say obi anya case irrespective of bia wo bia no je wo basa mienu we me gidi say di ka ho bia mu a ebeboa mienu isolation centers no anka anye ye kra no ye fa say ke nya ba ko bia wo every region but they make what must afei
another isolation center no one so when we plan now it's in the plan say every region bia all the 16 regions at least traditional regions 10 obia or isolation center
I'm me restraining me ho nyama bi wo at the committee level me person make na fidi so but plan who plan and nche say why execute but they make what say aha nti se ne ye be na manfo na musi aye na etu anamo no ene hia pa and me kasa mu no I am very careful obi read political interpretation to I am very careful nti isolation centers no me gidi ye say nka ye biem eka ho a ebeboy afa another controversial point and so say
point na apma me
I know so say eka me nko a anka ye nya designated hospitals for COVID-19
that's some designated hospitals
purposely for that
yes Accra Regional Hospital here.
There be make us designated that. Ebiam na mancheche ni. Ebiam na mancheche. Me say apart from COVID-19, you fire we mixing with regular general
and I just say afeni ekosi hospital.
There be you be. University of
Ghana.
I know quite a second example by way. Bank of Ghana for the we afa BBAC where ya locking. There they are na heading.
Now, is it operation?
It's not in operation. That is why I'm calling on the powers that be. You need Bank of Ghana for Nkasa.
There be until I know they okay. We are one hospital pill. Into case you need designated centers.
And I just say,
honorable nyabucha mami me question. Now just say cases 2 year okumasi. You transfer or free one from Bank of Ghana. Because only one example pen one hospital. And
University of Ghana Medical Center.
I say they are using it
under 10%.
Because more
don't I mean person make ho.
No.
But you see that point I raise is false. But me person make debate no. Na ko say ye wo opposition no then ye wo power then ye those are make me dey omo yes here and I want to avoid that.
But we are aware said there was a review of the contract buying adding 51 million. I'm aware of that.
Don't educate me on this. I sit on the committee.
And you are aware of this.
And don't try because many management in on
so
our
you are aware of 51 million
yeah say but they will no true.
There be we are aware of 51 million.
I will refuse to go to that.
But when you are aware of this 51 million.
I refuse
one our site is hospital.
And then the next one
so if you
the next one final one Afia me say abayin empensa fa metudwa obi a wonya yare we bibia no the treatment yanka say free and na say so test it
but they are not paying no
oh me see one fa metudwa so that obi wo ha wonim obi wo nso a obeka say ebia wonya bi no enho ne man ebia giska nti uniska nti wonko but abayin san fa ntudwa because
or repeat bi o say free
abayin ka ba bia so free
nti won kan bi
exactly
but me dey minim say free they are not
paying ebia wonim because ebia obi akoye ba bibia ya anyi ni sika nti you are privy to some information no so what I say nti me as a ranking member of the committee no na se metia na me ka sa asemu a me nim de ntia me dan me ka
okay
nti there's a lot of issues
I remember another round Dr. Okuboy when I wa buy ntia akunya so as board person board chairman
very careful say reasons why buying new one the opposition
no because some of the issues that you see ebi o no mo a
if you answer me
maybe ote as abai nipa no he will have that information
absolutely
and so he needs to and fortunately so no osan a doctor into this issue about ethical disclosure so he is the most relevant person board chairman of the biggest hospital in Ghana also doc ubem
why me boss into your casa me edin matrobe brain and let me admit some of the suggestions of the ban they are genuine.
Doc, before I bet to us, I mean, introduce Dr. Donfe, Dr. George Donfe, Economics Department, University of Ghana, Legon, but no, also, Penny School of Social Sciences. School of Social Sciences, but on what day or economists, inti they be economic issues on a boy pa. There's an economics issue to coronavirus. Sending ya can is kasemo 100 million na honorable akando the committee na ya ward or kase na djuma na ya din because enema bi edika says can e kofa he kwan ben so na be kan e budget tina doc Donfe abahanum se a oche mu no na prof kwatin so be che mu se Spanish influenza time no ya disika koye ho adwuma na you treating for free and yeah because there's a reason why Professor Kwatin e wa hanum so be man ya abakwasema e wa akire because an enche man ye nim history ye nim no asem esese ye hu na ye comparative analysis na politics bi ba mu a ana politics ni mu a ye hu how it is e good history institute doc kosoma me
by way of education who what tuberculosis you get treatment sometimes for at least 3 to 6 months you don't pay anything there was some
say donor funding
exactly there was some diseases you classify one as public health diseases so enya unkwana eyewa duty so be kwentia I was saying wow nti wesu is one of them nti I'm saying it on authority say if you are taking your sample to go and check for corona you are not going to pay a dime it's all part of the support from government now only just a few things mutation me see na kabia mutation just say coronavirus e share say bi we bia or to say 50 components obe wanye edra odi treating no ochina na akwa 52 enu na FM mutation adani ye kasa ide sebio se na eti na ye discover no more or less that's an eti just that I ya for no afi na ye hwehwe no treatment and now the vaccine now about day one I can say we should have been more serious. Let me make this point in public health ye kasa ya be outbreak e say ya no akọ ahead of the community just by saying it's an outbreak. If yare be bebre wo UTV mo area ha you can say outbreak at UTV. If about Lejokuku, about Sakumono, about just a epidemic, just a spread across regions. Any area I say outbreak and epidemic, no, by definition it means it is ahead of you in preparation. So you try to catch up. Instead of Americans is here, they are ordering for more masks, they are ordering for more health workers. Obia order because it is ahead of every community. Yes, I one share. O kana say o anka o ye say ni say anka na mes we nsia enu e theoretical obi antimi so mu but ebia sebi ebia de o kana enu nkyere say chinchin o ye enu anka you could avoid it. Mama example Switzerland enu anopa as at 9:14 a.m. omu cases were 4,222. This morning I checked 50 minutes ago 5,616. Number of increase 1,394. Don't make the mistake of thinking they have a poor preventive system. Ebia the cases e won mawe Ghana and Nigeria and ebia Togo and Ivory Coast and Sri Lanka from Enuna to Enenu you have shot up by ebia 10,000. US few weeks ago was about 3,000 and then it's 16,000. Don't make the mistake of thinking US has a weak system. The point I'm making is when you have relax. When you have a contagious disease, you are judged by the level of slowing down you slow in terms of transmission. enti na say we are seeing na obi ani waka say all prevent corona say so the chromo and now say infection and transmission ba you want to slow down the rate into all your mind now anya 8 imported cases and even 10 now me as obi amaya epidemiology and public health no me draw me graph each of the 8 one macro no say abenu bomodi whatever preparation each person at least should be able to give to about 5 people. The curve must go up before it comes down. Until me my count yesterday me can Ghana cases in the year. Me a connect drew about 40 or 50 because no curve goes up and drops. One steady any disease a outbreaker. A cost to kakra because why a preparation. Now so nipa on in the close contact now also avoid the social distancing. It's not possible. Or the driver and in ba etia or the house etia. Omo no man eduani. The fact say what ben risk so point I mean me say as of mine yenti ase o kan kofo na be ma ehunu aba form once cases aba okuro no cases na be dey e be ko nanim kakra ansa na dey e si form now one other point okay say me body enche ye nwa bi mu kan say yenkofa China for no students no bra and then some of them are saying say anka say close your border no talk na am you know
okay
oh point am you know me body now only point am you know be 41 because ebi o kan say that time if no bra by now kasa reason and point am say a curve any point you reach on a curve it determine the actions you take.
Okay,
so in the beginning US and close on the borders to European countries and now are closing because who nim say na curve no airco o share and in fact o ye US ni now our country be now babaka omunje
in fact to Europe o ba omunje
o nim say Ghana ene wako o from bi so eba now omu cases omu kita less than 200 o timi be mu in share ni say just more than 200. Anyone say after a week, you know, we can say now, even if it's one, don't step here. So the point I'm making is say, a idea who you are trying as it evolves, you make a point. And about the full disclosure, Mamin Kawaha, who was said malaria po, na a treaty wa. In medicine, it's unethical to say this is a malaria patient. Doctors, they be a the FN review. Yeah, cases in Baum free throughout war, maternal mortality. Oba on a presentation. Say FN Mavis. Ebia akoto a MA.
Yen cho ni pa na kasa.
So the point I'm making is say ampase oko ebibi manso a ye body no eno no e nipa na odi ni pride den abo. Eno ya is fine. You encourage people. The more I mean okobo ma imagine say okobo manya corona hwe me e bo man crofo ehu e den e form. But it is you don't make it law that you disclose people's name. Now and let me tell you the danger. Eyampa unim na okobo bi din. So obia people who stigma no you can't control stigma.
Na stigma be na
I'm coming. Stigma won't say the fact that it is a new disease, you know. The fact that it is a new disease, new disease afena ya hunu. Obi wa otiko na pe. Hey, unim say na ebi mu call bi mu office na mo bawa ye de ni bi hwa wo.
Oh, trotro mu kra.
Me why say there are 1,000 causes exactly. So entina in management of such things, you know. Obi anya bia na onim obi a wanya bi no managers of the situation no nim ya catch your mom ben no obi a wa contacting ya catch your ye fancy but who are we citizen no ya chere oniam a we ya head e ba all you do is to what comply fetch ba make this example I so mbema wo kon bi ka say e pamucho oba bia wa nya HIV no for the demand so that share na be hwe ehun yi yours is to behave in a way that takes you away from risk. Don't come and tell us say yembo mbani di mau so that we shower obebo wodi. So that is the point. And then finally, yes, unim say your doctors be wo ha. Sebi. Okoyo operation na catch and say we HIV patient or to journey. Me my many cases.
Even doctors.
Yes. Until obiara ni fear threshold my share doctors member duty we are case I want no obiara fa ni sanka me ban na ma be what I say
no so
yes so that one obema excuse na ni time do no. So the point is now obiara won the fear threshold until because onim obi threshold no you manage that now you know the chaos that can come yet me catch say nipa ba ko anya corona or UTV you be shocked who inviting for mo so you don't underestimate some of these things. You know I say bon ban wash your hands regularly. Say obi now they are chairman will be the ejuma. It will be difficult for me to get it. And then the last point. And yes obi will corona.
But also making points be about say senka who come man. Na kan crofo e likely senka despitemedia side o mo no. No be than hustle. For instance say obi nye bi.
No problem. Say me obi a. Ya chew say say close contact, avoid some distance. That distance is what makes the virus is not airborne. And the virus they took one from her to PCFM. But semi benwa mi kasa utimere egumo. So keep your distance. Whether I have it or not, if you've done that, you've reduced your risk.
Okay.
Wash your hands. If you do, you've reduced your risk. You mean they should tell you I have it, so that social media ube increase. Even that it is discriminatory. If I send ube treat me man confirm say, hey, Papa, we are saying one. So media man can say we are following protocols. We are seeing in our medicine in public health. Obi wa ya here. Yem boni din ma amai. But on not me be boni din. Michelle Professor be was South Africa. Me year course. Oba class first you can say I've been HIV for 25 years. In the beginning I struggled to let people know, but now I'm an ambassador. The facts are no catch us on HIV. Don't make the mistake of going to pass him and say obi awo HIV no did it. You kill them earlier than their time. Obi awo born din obi go into depression. There are consequences associated with telling people obi awo ni malaria kan person obi how much money corona and corona ebo dey own for them. In conclusion, no. Okay. Me pacho say na me kan no every country. New York, I can say in 2-3 weeks, all their consumables will run out. Okay. New York, New York City. Say I buy federal government. Why am I saying so? Maybe I used to fight corona consumable. And you are trying to. Used to be a yes, exactly. So me pacho some of the points are why you know. Oh man, the GP I was only humble. Uti point I like they working about the laboratory centers. You know? This is the time to use the opportunity to increase the labs. Na kaise lab no nya corona pe de behwe ochina onya influenza outbreak e ho na be boa isolation center wa kan so is proper ochina onya outbreak e ho na be de keep. But instead of using the whole hospitals, it's the University of Ghana Medical Center, rather no there are units out to be built within 2-3 days or a week. Pavilions in Yama Kolebu say a building some 50 units abai discussion say minister can say build another 100 facility. We take the advantage and build such things so that you should hospital say University of Ghana Medical Center because of the discrimination and the stigma, whether I like it or not. Obi ai na later corona call na so nko GIA on file because of kolebu. So rather you build a structure forever, no, you will not use it for anything apart from infectious outbreak. So that is the take I have. Let's build more isolation centers, but be careful to convert a wholly built hospital like University of Ghana Medical Center. If you take one case to University of Ghana Medical Center, you have to evacuate the rest because it becomes an infectious unit. Okay. That's the point I'll make.
Dog November, person will check it, mommy say around the world. Countries now, Omanya before instance China, Sikasan, and almost say it was our coronavirus, yeah, Omoko Hontokwa, America, near other West African countries, they cry, and you almost say no. Check him, mammy, but honorable I can't make quick but when your main point, quick better prof, I check it.
It's a software. Many Okoboyam say or team I say out of context. It's not as though your money panidin. Near here, we on home. Yes, I dream of the cancer. Me chile munibia who went. Me say, or more money on the crown. It take on by surprise. No money so mobi. Until not or money for I interacted that. But the make what I say. And yes, I could bonny din. Now, man, from show who ye I want home. Name mom answer and nipa nekura obe hu say wanya bi no afia enye nkrofo nyina wonu omo interaction for the past 1 week na me say bobo mu din obe hu abobo. Yeah, you can't. So what I say, but ebi kura woni okoboy din komo me betwa mu kura de me sakra den ebo e na me ye de me twa mu wo adwen ni ho. But the moment I met say bia wo afia anya corona ni bi no oh eno achikwa no ne okoboy ja ho ntimi so ene ma me so me ye den me nko test me wo de HIV ni coronavirus ekoye in fact ho a eno say wo de mango ene sabe banchi etutu ho no ye because mode of transmission no different. Coronavirus ya ade bia say abon hu ban say wo mo hu ban yo sabe say wo be nipa no na droplet bi cry e be kanwa HIV ntisa. So what I say, in the military, and the point about set timing, no, if you say no, in other countries, I shall say December. Yankopon Daroma, who yamobo, not until March, ni one case wa. In some raising issues as at let's say February. Na sa oka say o yaya hoboa, na ade ni beduru, na even sanitizer kra ye nibi. There hoboa na we. Okay. It's not as though ebi ade na ababe 3 months our system ni. And a man for I use sanitizer for a very long time. Mukroya na muka say okay, very good. China for it's a very important point.
Na mukroya masa be gnati
it's a wonderful point I will say also okay. Sa point no enra mate say you know MPP for me reason my position is in the initial stages no nanka students are more no yanko form mra because I'm no na risk level never form so what I say number 2 country be a we evacuation yes I do why no say o magum se besenko your protocols are be screen o man say na wo do maba unya bedu hanso a also quarantine o for some time nti you careful nti o muntu integrate into the population all of a sudden so what I say nti omo ba no ye more careful e wo mo ho a o muntu spread yare no number 3 as I speak to you now, to see I'm no say, not a single student out China and where I really be. And I say, and I want you be, and I want to know. As a Chinese say, some men are making say go for Mumrano. No money I really be.
Well, you didn't know that then.
We know it now. No, not theater. Make a be I won't hear say.
Matuase.
That be won't hear say. No. They tell me. Yeah, but you tell me how you. Mr. Tell me how you. It's very important point. Won't hear say. Me say. The fact of the matter is say. Samre no ame na meka se enko for momra no enti se obi anya yare ni bi e na ne ye ka se ya kio no nti ye ko fa ne ba ya god yare ne ba ha did you understand that point now so samre no a this screen ni ade begu akwan mu no munya yare ni bi se ne ye wolf safat na wo de ne ba ya ekwan me na obefa so be spread yare no na kutuka na obefa yare na na did you understand the point?
Me apeke yare in transit. Baby, apeke yare in transit.
Oh.
When you aware of that.
Oh, so apeke yare in transit. Na make sure say, empo wunni bi no. So be do ha, e be quarantine no. Wunni bi kura no.
As of that time na mo say e confirm but now you were quarantine eh.
It was that time no na yare ne buy na did 3 months.
Nti ne e wo bi.
Nti no mo see ya boa ye ho no. Ne say ni quarantine na we hin.
Okay.
But what did they make an answer? Nti say and could be the yare ni be ba na be spread it. So that is a weak argument.
Okay.
But they make what you say.
Okay. Nti doc prof, che me mu yanko how our president the directive aba me yenhia me yenye gidigidi ni ade yanko anu mu na yempushi Spanish influenza ne bae no mate se na wo ka se around that time no kwa aban bebre ka se me yenya sorry wo dem atakwa me da or what no omonye afi yeso omonye no abontinti ye se de omanpani measures akwanche ode aba no ene tete de na sa na tie ana oye bibia ebinsi da na eko because nyo obi ana nani je kwan a omanpani afa so a oye quarantine no including NIA for dia still a omo se chinchin amo de omo be churo din and opay akra de omo the statement about omo je ginchuro no nti enwe sa 1918
yem se omanpani the measures be atoto ho me de be toto de yeso sabre na English abrofo na dey so de omo so ye edin kan ye hu se omanpani announce $100 million say sika omo ayesi ho a omo de ba be ko sa yare English abroni so sambre no wa anfa sika bi ama immediately na yare no ba ye no ekoba say legislative council na JE Castle Hayford ye de Castle Hayford Hall of University of Cape Coast no ono de call parliament or call legislative council no ko kasai say aban no nhye ye ode to because yare no cost 10 nipa wuwi edipa
no e take bosume say na spread here
abosume 9 abosume start coast to in August September na idru Asante October na idru Asante September no na costa ni idru Koforudia ifri Koforudia Asante so by Asante was in August spread this
in 4 months to say we are corona no
na a call your friend say Isrim was in late October and early November na yare na anche bebre sa so e ba said na Dr. Koboy kan e de wa duru ba bia nipa ne wo mo bewu no bewu but o mo nya nkwa no o mu nya nkwa na sika Castle Hayford ko kan and I'm back to that Castle Hayford ko kan o condemn aban no measures o put in place that time into almost $2,500 pounds and aban no vote here and then o mean to me who the value meaning what extreme end one economics so with me I extrapolate here who say and then 2,500 pounds as at that time 1919 the value today no ono na betimi aye no calculate no dey na me mom dey mean to me because me mathematically inclined so betimi aye sa dey one sika no amount for si na isa ti say dey na bi no mu ka say sika no den isa so doctors and then you say doctors
say argument nyamba ni so na dey nyamba
availability na ba bacho ma me ka say
na wani beka ni so no kakra
na our friend is saying sabre no and they who say the doctors yama doctors are ye adwuma ye de kits bia ma omo ne nema sabre no emre na kon no bae no 1914 kon no bae no doctors are na Ghana ha no omo ye 45 sa doctors ni nyina no esa say na kon no ba ye second day omo nyina ma omo nyina akọ war front so omo nkonko boa ema yen hwe aprafo ne ade ade so omo nyina ne do ko either say Togo ana Cameroon ana say East Africa enti na omo emu no na ye head ni doctors qualified doctors apart from that na ye wo situation bi a ye wo European hospitals and ye wo native hospital ye can native hospitals are yen abi before ye subjects no British subjects no yen ye ko and na ye wo hospital omo abrofo no na omo ye de na omo ko enti yen native hospital no kra de na ye say medical assistance and attendance and na e wo ha no mo
hospital na kese
bia so head no hospital papa bia head no kura kese na benya saa no kitenkite no native hospital no bi wo ho na akwakọ e bibi di say wo secondary a benya European hospital and na wo ba Accra nom ne Cape Coast ni ade na benya saa ne ma ni mom say nkurase ne district no de wunya saa facility no kra
but e ho no omo ma instructions said the president amayi
me be kan
okay
eti uko kumasi say ya esan say nipa no header eni nimde ne header amfa ne ma bi amount say ne hand sanitizers ne ade
okay
kumasi one problem is on say medical assistance no ne attendants no omu nyina virtually omu nyina nya yare ni bi enti omu nso nya yare bi say ebe affect nipa e do omu ba na eni ka ho bi na ma nipa no bebre ye de ewu ye no ye baako
na ade no mama kwanche te say de sesi aye obronsa ne ade no
enti e baaye no nipa no omu ni means bi omde be because hospital ni ade ntino omu resort to say ombe ko traditional herbalist herbalist no so no omu ndro no na omde ema no nye be etimi sayare no so ho said the doctor Kobo kan no unya yare na wo ho no ma immune system no timi ye na wo overcome omu de ntimi overcome no omu na ye den omu wuye ne nipa bebre ye den ewu na bi nso ye den se ma figures no nipa enya omu ni omu wuye ene omu nya nkwa eti se wo hwe a abrofo na amwa yen sabre no eti baby kra de obi kra de yare ne ye na wa ye oye no bibia enye ye wafa we ye enye ye wafa we enye no de oye ansoko top mu wi
omo na ko for committee suicide omo kuma
committee suicide because yare no nko no tete no yare no e ya tete o e ya tete pa ti say de ya ma ya de wa ko hyensuo mu na ensuo pese fa o na wo struggle ni ade eti binu mu wi eti wo hwe ni nyina na say aban no esa de hye foforo bi to ho eduru bi na Ashanti province no and not Ashanti as a territory no the omo ye ni say omo ban ni say school nkramofo ene mission school nyina omo ban ni obi omo ama obi anko school
1919
no ye mo stop so omo nko school omo the order by to say the president ya close school nyina
omo say sabe dey ni president who na na ye hye sa amra no
say ye wo chief commissioner owo Ashanti ena ye wo governor no wo colony o Accra o Christian broadcast ena ye wo chief commissioner Northern Territory eti aha no medical officer na provincial medical officer na wo Kumasi no ono na the advice no buy enti based on that no ye ban na say obia ye de eyi twi no be kan say eso no eto ho say obia ma obia nkwa sorry so be ya sorry kra na monko ye no open sorry said the chief justice the measures by o ka kire police magistrate sabre no Ashanti no mo police magistrate says on be di asebumpa o monko no park so open space na mo ye mani pa bebre ma o mo no a asemafo o mo no nko a e na mo mra open space
it's way just a repetition of 1918
emra metie president na in the state of the nation address no me ankasa o mo asai no na mada
we cry state of the nation broadcast
first one na mada tibanya iti ade chia no pa na metie newspaper review no and I'm the president ayi iti go mo kekan na ma me call me WhatsApp na mo say o mo this teaching about 20 me read here na me analysis no me dey compare am so as president or a historian as or a student of history and ohun sa measures of course definitely our advisors
and advisors
ni be aware of this. I know said Dr. Okoboy no more doctors as part of their medical training you bet you
na say president be kasa no na e friend say Donald Trump amane order ne dada tie nya ho no copy free here na Donald Trump akasa manipa enhia ewo
and any other now can say Donald Trump so free China
okay
say China buy measures almost put in place
the same
thing so but the person me tell say the omo here ni wonum nyina ni na ebi asida so the mention ebi asida e tell say nyansa ni ba ko fotri so intina say ebi asida omo ka say mo nkwa sorry said the e wom say binom ayo mo adwen say sorry me akrama radio social media osofu bi se on be kwa so da me achichi nkrofo bi kura ni ade me feel say ese nyina yedi emra so say ya ni mra so a o ma no be sakasaka na emfa ahoto emre intimra no de yede ye maaye so ho se be ya asumdue ebeba o ma mu tuwa say wo mo ni mra so da bi o ma basabasa eye ne ba eba o ma eti omde ehihye bebre egu ho no egu akwa
me pesa point now ka so ma obi ankwa sorry even in 1918 ye ma nkramofo Christopher mosque nyina ai court so a ye se ma obi eni asem
o man ka se mo ni asem so ombe di asem direct to the man say omo koye no open space because a diner na nipa team sa abre no even na ekura no ukoba bi a obehu say enkra ha obehu bi uko keep kusabe hu bi.
No, it's not even about the fachem. It's not about the in managing a contagious disease. Effort through respiration. Anytime I walk in enclosed space like a hano, your risk is higher. Because the air here, we are sharing what is here. But if your program we anchor outsider, the risk is lower. But from our air trim, air far away, you are not circulating the same.
Okay, so you're not in a modest.
Anywhere over Gada. In such times, air enclosed space or risk. Also, to be open space.
Okay.
It's your point. Or more bibi or the maybe so better. Near more no. So share or more
saving comfort there.
Wakra. Germany probably brew ye no. And they say na omo anye prepared. It caught them unawares.
Okay.
That no money. Infrastructure no medical mo say doctors no kra na wo ha no me qualified e do mu nyina akokon so mo nkonko ye ye ni qualified doctors kra na mo be there mo ba be boa na yare no ma so am say na yenya Dr. Kobo ni ebi no aka yenya even expert or try to manage
WHO ni kra ba
me say na make no the or manage ade na man na we no aside na si because of science and technology nim dia ni panya nti na ma yatimi aye sa na ma we nyina ena sabre no so nti se ni on say eni WhatsApp wo ho mu medium ya say
you strong opposition oji ochia ali no one jina ya
opposition they say ona make reference to Castle Hayford that time no man nya wadwen say na opposition ni ho only say asem na obeka no na your newspapers or but circulation na limited and this and
but obi oppose Castle Hayford measures
no Castle Hayford measures no one oppose say or no criticize the system no call legislation
no Castle Hayford was like a candle
so and no man say blacks no he was a nationalist so Castle Hayford was the first I mean to me pan-African nationalist of his time so it or criticize you know when you dey kese pa nti ohun say measures na amwa no ntina ma nipa no wo because nipa no wo na do
but ase ba kwa kan say dey na catch ana where but we dey encache ana where ade ni free China ba nyina se ni enim
oh yes ba ye no se na yenim say ebia ya dwen koye say ebia entimi ema ha ebi asane because SARS no buy so SARS no so another ni nua no sa coronavirus ni influenza ni nua ne SARS na buy say ebi amaha Ebola ono so ye sa abusua na bi Ebola buy no Africa ha na ya anko ba bia enti mimi de madwen ye me say ebia ye nyina ye nipa e wo wiase nyina no ya ene wo mo mpanimfu e wo Ghana akoye so ebi kura na entimi amaha me December na mo bikodi na ocho wo China na mo Hunan City so ho bikodi na ocho wo China me buy me ko UK so ho ma dwene kura ma so say sa January
it is enough presumption say aban so betina so oh we China na emma is it enough
I don't think so
because we the ordinary person Ghana share won sa but aban Ghana share ne sa no was it enough so betina so oh China say emma
I don't think say aban na anye bibia e bia omo started didi hu djuma na omo anfa abeto abonten
okay
me ma omo that benefit of the doubt okay. Because emra nya first case as eyi ba na na do no call UK ofri UK by call
and no cry issue prof and no cry issue prof because I the trip Norway, to UK or buy Norway no cry kofo complaining say it was not right say sabre no a yare na tiate say wa man a eko Europe no na president na mo
oh na say said no mo adwuma ne sitie no ene said you know untimi because sabre na enya meye kese ne anim say ewo China ni Southeast Asian states no na ade no so ye nyina da bia me dakora me TV so me ni tipe na me hwe CNN na me hwe Al Jazeera yama no the benefit of the doubt me dey nim say omo ye BBC because ofura brochire bae na obae na am say senka bi so a wan tu kwan hu the gravity of the situation oh
Prof, and Mama
say
I knew the gravity of the situation.
SARS, what they saying, Kobe Bia, what they saying, Ebola so confined to one place. There might be the assumption, so Ebia, Emma, na say Kobe Bia. Okay. So, okay. And no be a man or bassa, but no, who you know, now when you down, almost the measures I took a good term. Now make us say measures no dey go on there.
But some of us doc the honorable Akando kind. Dr. by WHO expert or Ghana he was there. And they figure statistics it was all over the place. And yes say Ghana better say president oh sasa ma Ebola mahanti we dey ma
men ka say president
yeah but as one say we on behalf of president na mbusa say nanya ayi say e better say we am mahanti but dey mesa ba beto ayi dogronfe pacho yenko sikasem no so say see I said they are planning ni nyina yesikasem o enti 100 million yi yesikasem before 100 million no Ghana Health Service need WHO team now mo assessment say Ghana ye ka say ye quantity area akwa be fast be quantity ano e be cost 35 million aban nya 35 million ni bi ama aban di 2.5 e na ode ma wo mo aban tena se ya until say asem ne ye gon eje gon na aban akofa 100 million dollars yo nye cedis ya budget so doc wa na obetena na ya assessment ma ye about your budget that minister be with the budget so 100 million no enim wo ba bia almost contingency says can go him because papers are you can for that the call parliament so one chirem almost a beef contingency na beef hwan it can go him
yo me never mama na wase na minchia o ma mo hwe nyina ena no pay ankana ebe me de pa na Dr. Okuboye kan simbi se ni pa se the politics. Sana yera kando so anope wasa can the same things ni kwa say the sadi we ato no. Nyina yasem ni kwa say the politics. Na me kakra me wo ebia meka eni say ye ano ka say ni kwa say politics. I say in a way no ya fa kwan bi so politics wo science me no ni ade a ma me re ho pa me nuaba. Many of us say your budget. Let's say you can say this year by the end of the fiscal year, and now you are spending 85 billion Ghana cedis. That is what is in the 2020 budget. Near the Parliament, now Oma Giatu. Now you can say by the end of the year, and near Timia Reki 67 billion Ghana cedis. And Chile 1st January 2020, no, the 67 billion that you are going to spend is there. It is not like that at all. Let the people who are watching me get it very clear. It is not like that at all. Omane, you know, so we shall say 1st January to 31st December. No. So revenue now can you know. All the days. And every day is different from another day. It is 365 days. Every day biano. Revenue obeji and the word expenditure obey. Na in totality you say by the end of 2020 ni spended 85 billion Ghana cedis. Na na ye wa reshimuze ni enya dey 67 billion Ghana cedis. And Chile Canada ho. Na the say every day bia no ye tua taxes to the government. And nti na bosume so a abayetimi dey etua adwumayefo ka. So what I say and this abai BBC yes that's a government ko say nti no menye so say maintain na kufu ado asem no but menye so say okan say sika no waje to Jubilee House I said I have voted. That is the I mean the meaning.
Na say voted say o sit
voted say what they are to just say sika we for now no. Enu na dey yeni enya Ghana nko all the other economies and that's what they did.
Okay.
They have voted. Who voted and chere say sika ne sabe eda ho na ede eni. But said the entire boso so a na metie kra is 1 week in me call lectures no. I'm hoping say in no time I will be paid. Said the boso so because as we sit here people are paying money to the government coffers and when they be we no year na be end ni 67 billion na ye kan wasem so what I say enti enye ni kwa say metisa argument say sika bia ni ho a in fact excuse my language it is childish talk seriously kobas na tell say ye nim dia in the public finance no na etusi ni pa the jam make say childish talk ni say sabra meti he bo so me so aba be tua meka at the beginning of the year no your accounts you balance etina so we incur deficit bia na you need to find ways to you know I mean balance it 31st December so what does it in ye ka se ni kwa se o mu incur deficit akakraka because the more unya ye pe na pressure to so kokobo busia bia nsi hu exorbitant akiri dey how be my so what does it now enti your public account must balance before you enter the new year.
Okay.
When you enter a new fiscal year which begins 1st January that day now government is making expenditure. That day now government is what? Collecting revenue. And the revenue no, I say wujia na wa use. Wujia na wa use. Na afinu so a na e de wa bebu hu akonta. Eno ne budgeting. So what I say. Na minia wo ye say ni nyina na nam say ye nim say bibi boni bi betimi asinti no. Ye wa sika bi wo Bank of Ghana ye friend gross international reserves.
Okay.
Obatina ye ready budget. Last year ye ready budget no. So we shemu say see obi o budget ni bia won hwe. Ye can say in our reserves no, ye was $6.2 billion.
6.2 billion.
And you say it translates into 3.9 import cover. Do we understand when we say import cover? So what can say import cover?
3.9 months.
Yeah, sorry, 3.9 month import cover. Do you understand what it means is say you ne be to. Ne say kobasen ko bia meboawa. You are people you can survive with that money for 3.9 months.
Nti na wosika be
and no import cover and that is what it means.
3.9 months. Okay.
That is what it means. And nyenenko eyade e wo ho da every economy also
ababi wo ho.
Economy only Ghanaian economy. Ababi we import cover. O ya won say ye be ko eco no, ye ko di eco no. One of our convergence criteria ne say say obia member country be atiminya at least 3 month import cover.
Okay.
So exactly. When you see kada hokra then you say woman na gukura. Enti we reserves no. Enu mun say so one say di ni say ya. Mami can we see. And also one say di ni say ya. Na quickly. Enu na ye dey support. So what I say. Enti say budget ye ready. Na mu MP for mo age atum say because the moment that budget budget na to na just much say 6.2 billion na governor of Bank of Ghana cash ya order reserves and so dey okay. And this is our reserves no why yenka say empo enka bibia chin sa bantimi anye tax a day na say yesika no because your account no a flow account e bigum na efim sa nete na yenka say no crash season na say nya adwuma bi mu a your reserves is there and this ameti asem bi say yanko IMF yenya 100 million e ya dey be very unfortunate offend statement meaning amede reserves no to so a yes yenya oil no sika na yenya ya chiche mu yensa
oil sika
ya chiche mu yensa am ABF o ma omni say ya da bia de ko parliament ma de o mojitu say eno no ye sika ye mfa me support the budget wo firi ho a ye sa say heritage fund ye nti bi nto na da chinchini ma because of say da chi bi oil ni betimi asantino omo so da omo mfa emebo omo bra say in case omo beba na say bia oil ni ho a ama ya ko invest this money so what I say enu nyina firi ho a ye sa wo stabilization fund yeah no the chirani says can enti kakranto say economy no ankototin na say bibise BAC bise kokosi na pusi niema yemfa ensan kobo say siken no mini aba meni wo kasai last year Afia 2019 governor of Bank of Ghana the to just said or the 69 million Ghana cedis dollars 69 million Ghana cedis in the last year nko or the to sa our friend the stabilization fund.
$69 million.
Last year, Nkwa.
I see.
Yeah, I'm Ugugula. This is public document. So what I say? Sikasu ewomu dada. Enti say stabilization fund no kra ni jentimi nkoyi 100 million enfiri Mini hardwin. Wo do say as an economist no. Time as say me ho na me te say you say your friend the finance minister akoka say friend I me from Fiscal na ma. In fact, I'm ready. The first radio station of Freeman, I'm say, I don't think I can often respond to this. My penny pay Musa. Immediately, no. Fortunately, my students be offend the MP. Tiwana for a year, I'm afraid. Say, what is it?
Open finance minister.
Yeah. And you now or send the document, no, Emma, or no can the side of the story. My afraid other people from the other side. Finance minister, he wasn't emphatic. Say, or more change of an IMF answer. Na me fa the document no me student no send them no me hwe mu no na finance minister asema wo kan ya asema enyo no kun ka the whole world asema obi e kan no na asema wo kan se ye hia funds ye de be bridge the yawning gap urban
coronavirus na dey
exactly eno no nya any 100 million ni hwe kakra wo kasa do person chen say at the beginning of the year na omo present budget no I'm sorry when November no omo de to Ghana for nyina ni ama MPs mu nyina maji atomo say ye be di sika 85 billion Ghana cedis ana ye be say nya sika say 67 billion eno na ye say a fiscal deficit of about 4.7 of the GDP so what I say ana all chire mu say and it is clear say no the accuracy no say omo ka so omo make every expenditure item bia na omajatum dey the spend no say ka say spend there it means our expenditure will go high because nema bibrebe ho an nke dey na enimu se bi ni dey abem the expenditure is likely to go up and then the revenue and the revenue is not likely to hit anywhere near 67 because last year Granny is 58 and then we ended with 54 entino and no all church mu say am sabre no of IMF e dey abetu dwa say or the $10 billion at all. Say countries be to say Ghana. Ye imagine fan support your budget. No, sir, and no dey aba.
Corona na dey
aba to be every economy be a budget dey ashik. So what I say. Enti omu kan say we no. And a World Bank. World Bank is $12 billion. At all. So what I say. And your facility, you can what? Apply. You can what? Apply. And no, finance minister. I mean, because the statement you have. Because the statement you have.
I mean, was statement.
And then the finance minister to bridge the yawning gap. I mean, financing gap. But it's so easy. It's about expenditure and what? Income. And yet coronavirus. And it's a one-ton display of total ignorance. Seriously. Mama, are you serious? I mean, this country, we must be serious. You see, I come back 2 days, radio stations are first time in Chelsea. Because you see, as embassy, I'm 100 million, governments who are committing 100 million of US dollars. At the Babe solve problem be nothing you can apply to of IMF then Ghana is a useless country me can be owned in Bekana among for the matter. I mean it is any government cry any be
say afeni e kwaji sika no IMF dia
and me di omu nyina ho ya say sanity dia any opposition no so a omo so dey abase afeni e kwaji sika no and omo so be di omu ya pass omo so gi omu say you was $6.2 billion in our grossing international because budget na ba maji atum no dey me ni parliament no
unim
me of Marisha Muane say in our reserves we have 6.2 billion and that me ba
president anka say ko first can reserve ni mo
one can me kire say on public finance and then na wo me di kan me ka kire wo say you see can you say January you need sika da ho and you need
expected revenue
every day be running every day baneko enti se o kase wa vote a bia a chire no So o must spend this kind of way. Who be here say finance minister be call parliament. Now odi akotudwa.
Okay.
Akoma details baby ade. Omo tu sika no fie. Na me kote argument bi say sabre ye ni sika no ye twen of IMF ansa na ye sika na egu Ghana ho fie dodo. Okay. Let us say ya de ye politics.
Okay.
Na sa initial no it is not true.
Because
sorry pa.
Sika no ho.
Me the me Bible na it is not true any me nim die as a finance person.
Okay.
It is never true and it can never be true.
Okay.
Because any you cry say say na mo fe no kwase ni mo hwe kra no say dokro to share ndi wo mu sa be ne we have 6.2 billion in our gross reserve ya me ya kwanse na nsia no ya sa ko European bond market ko raise 3 billion ni nyina mo ya we etu bi say the president no we ni pa boni ni anti no obere say 6.2 billion na e gross international reserves no o timi ko 100 in film. Oh yes, o say ni paboni ni enti no. Sa 3 billion na yakwaje free European. And na man see no appreciating and say no. Because it kills speculative motive demand for of dollar. What I say, yo, sense mo nyina e wo ho. And ni nyina yesa we running accounts every day bia and your revenue no, your the taxes scope.
Okay.
It won't mean nyina and solve this emergency case this our call of an IMF for.
Okay.
I mean it is
Doc, I mean I say, abusi awogu so awo share live e wo YouTube.
Because I say politics. I won't tell you keep
abuche.
Seriously.
School live.
It is so bad.
Because Dr. Kobo me here because this year breaking news and Saka this year just confirmed 3 new cases. Aka ho cases miensa aka. And they say coronavirus cases e wo Ghana aye mako 19 dunkono. Na say de nyina aka dada no Dr. Kobo eso asusu dia say ade no ebe kosoro ansana abafom WHO epeni a yakofa no Dr. Baba Ghana and no health committee share o kan say it will get worse before it gets better. O might be an trend no sana o makan say cases no akwa mako dunkru 19 uti live wo share live so e wo UTV critical issues ni e fa me vim lady e fa Pokua nem pedifo akase na ye no mo twetwe nkomo de o ti ni ka say Dr. Domfe e wo School of Social Sciences University of Ghana Lagos Dr. Okoboy e board chairman Kolebu Teaching Hospital osan ma she badwani e wo Elejokuku Kro wo constituency very swing constituency but for now I'm say constituency is stuck on Dr. Okoboy ko yeah mo be progressing in the say running mate o say presidential candidate to any dachi be some of the new people mobile said they say NDC e cry here so be to say candle urban home body wo healthy maybe ono dachi be 2028 na the na say running mate to say dey you so e ho asem be na just dwabe so for omo so nya running mate ba ko say ne sa bre na bia say ma president mama ontumi mabio e be do na new candidate about fresh blood young people omo NDC mo Professor Kwatin ewo UCC or Dean of Faculty of Arts ewo University of Cape Coast so me enan ene no mo bon komo ewo ha no say doc memo aye new cases no 3 new cases na baba mpe quick response ewo the doc
Afia omo ye dangerous ewo man mu omo ya amanyofo no mu do mo nim sie so bo nya amanyofo no mo ya amanyosem ya the most dangerous
there be na say obi ya amanyoni obi ato ababi
me ka asem na mama nim si na me nkyere mu I'll give you examples on this platform
me pesa obe pema kutia
no me pema me so nipa na me kutia obi a so nipa na pema kutia me so nipa na that's why I'm saying I'm going to give you examples on this platform
okay.
And when we say so what year discussion like this platform now who say nipa be 4 and it so na 4 not necessarily partisan omu nyina e bia mu 3 omadwen ko baako na 1 adwen ko baako you should be charitable to say obe ma de na adwen baako no time kakra no so obe make himself clear yes
not charitable I should be fair
fair okay
now number 2 please
make up politics listen to me make up politics
we are talking about what is the truth
please
that ignorance should stop in this country we are talking about what is the truth
ona make my can catch you that as menye kutia
listen you are gagging me
the ignorance is too much quiet
I kept quiet
the country is not for you guys it's for
me do be atem me buy the chairman
he's taking offense
no
he's taking offense
listen me jaiba hu me ameji nyina na me bejina platform iso mabano obi e kasa the best or the worst I did was to just smile
but they can agree
please listen you're not helping me I saw making harmless. Listen to me.
Let's he takes a strong exception.
No, he cannot. Listen to me.
Can you say the three of us on one side?
Jesus Christ.
No, you said that.
Me say, listen to what I said. Then please listen to what I said. Me say, when on any platform such as this,
yes,
that's a 4 people ever so. Maybe a discussion, not necessarily partisan. That's a discussion. No, ebi nipa be miensa. O ma dwen ko faako. Na nipa baako esu adwen ko faako. It is only fair. Say the ba oya baako no be ma na yes na me kai.
But etri no ya dwen ko faako na.
Be fair.
Yes, so let's move on from there. I agree.
Let me move on. Nipa miensa adwen ko baako ntire ze won kwa na mama 5 minutes. That's why we not be fair.
This is the kind of leaders we also have at the Parliament.
Can I
Ghana has a problem. Honestly, if we have people who behave as if they are not politicians, and if these are the people we have in Ghana, I'm a ranking member of Parliament, Ghana Parliament.
I said not necessarily partisan.
It is serious.
That's the point.
It is very serious. Me no be a share platform, so listen to me. Me, you know I cannot be serious. I can't. You know be a share platform, so me the buo and money pan. But listen to the words I will use on your platform.
You use it first.
You are not fair.
You use it first. You said that. I'm those of us who behave as if you are not.
Please,
I'm speaking for political party.
Please,
you are dangerous.
Listen to me. I'm listening. Afia ma me kwa nke mawie. Because you see,
to be fair,
my position I mean my spouse no. No catch me say. It is childish. And no catch me say. We have set Afia, you also know how to me. Don't person if you don't want to be part of this program, I am the moderator. Please. Look at the way he has insulted me on your program. And you that Afia, what the way? Let me catch you say. You was set host. That
was after he protested.
So if you protest, you must insult and you call yourself academician. You call yourself academician. Jesus Christ. Please let me move on. Please. Why did you batem? But I'll forgive him. Why did you batem? And everybody,
but also can say why it's dangerous.
But dry insult.
I will say this. I'm thinking about what I said.
I'll forgive you.
You are my junior brother. I'm much more experienced. The fact that you are a member of Parliament,
I forgive him.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Because
don't say that. Why insulted me? It was an unnecessary comment. It just insulted me. I want to respect us.
You see, forgive you.
I respect a little bit.
I believe that. You see, Afia, I'm highly uncomfortable because of the way the program is going. Okay? Even if you don't agree with me, you don't insult me.
You don't talk well.
And you keep quiet.
You don't talk well.
But the fact of the matter is that he has insulted me on the program, and I take strong exception to it. Let me move on.
Okay.
He has insulted me.
Okay.
Afia, TA, President, all Kasano, Oka Brofo.
Okay.
TA, Sabi, me na now teach you second uncle school. And just away gym for. Listen to me carefully. Sabi, if you nyansa, even if what's your yamieni kura na say if you nyansa kakra ni kwa we be say wonsam ho a wo ka asem a obi antiase. Listen to me carefully. President Kasano wanka ebia every amente or say and listen to it carefully. We are making $1 million US available. I instructed and yeah ni Ghana for na kasa. Yene Ghana for nekasa wonti president na dwe o de kan say oni ne mindful kasa say na be ane mindful be den e be tenase nti wa instruct the minister say onfa otwa sika na to ho e da ho available. These are the ways he used nti yemfa $100 million US no into sana monwe afia wati nti in any serious jurisdiction immediately after say president wakasa no ye be sha den atu ho na mon say wo say e sika no eba parliament I was say then you two one among this kind of parliament near jitum. So what I say now again your minister for finance in fact a quite say o make COVID-19 was sembiada on the floor of the house. It was a statement. So it's not as if something or kwa ba make COVID-19 was semu if you ten year you see ka semu maybe $100 million free back akwa be fa so be use no and this akonya ne ma minister so make was semu. It was a statement, and on the rules I want if you watch say oh yes statement any question say provoke debate.
Okay.
You rule back on no. Inti opanyini baye no. Obeka bibia e fa sikasem ho e fa COVID-19. Inti say ebia e be fa sika na free consolidated funds mo. Say sika na da ho. Say asha say disbursement o. Ni nyina no it must be in the statement. Parliamentary man kwan oye den obeka che Ghana man nyina no. You can't go and hide anywhere. Floor of the house.
Okay.
Declare all. The opportunity ni the man.
Into a chair be scan.
Exactly. Into the only paragraph our can be sika ni free no. And na me be kan.
Okay.
O say afei na ye that's the only paragraph oh. But there be two paragraphs. Afei bachoti o. Na sabi impreduasa. Obi anyema no ankosi bo no anim atem. O say afei ni ene World Bank for din komo. Say sika bi o mo twa
a copy of the statement because I have copy of it.
Me ewo my in some say name krata we.
Me because
forward them.
Minya obi ma o send ma me at the time.
Me forward them.
Ghana has a problem. Seriously.
Inti sa sika ni nyina no aye de beye no.
Afia mo ha me wi amekai. Me wi ameka statement na kan me wo ha.
Okay. Me so me o copy obi send.
Ya me wo ha.
Okay. Ona bo to aso.
Me wi ameka ama Ghana fo nyina hu.
Ona bo to point so yeah.
Inti okay ni nyina wie ye no. Any is share at the committee level. But you tell you, any bisa almost say, Sikano Mampanyi, I can't want some, I will hang. You see, move pushing me, my Ebia and send you a 1 person mecha.
Oh, Bono said so one as all kind of full disclosure. Intika.
So if you are not privy to some information, no, because someone. You don't insult the person. As someone minister Kaya and say, I pay no more budget.
O say afei no mo ya budget.
And sika na obampanyi kai na o ehia no no 1 week later and ehia no no. Afei. In fact, listen. Your kai no. Sika no say ba.
Yeah, the purchase was spent so much time.
No, me ba.
Sika be boa ma,
ba doc me ba me read document. Me read document no.
I'm for Ghana.
The document. Okay.
No, I can't no me ba. I mean, you still speak.
No, doc abuche man nko no flow.
Set time you be ma etie for no.
Doc abuche, yeah what time?
Ono akra
abuche, ono go point so.
Ono etie ma obeti ase.
Doc abuche, ono your point no.
Let me uncomfortable about the panel. Highly uncomfortable. It's unfortunate. You will be highly I will be taking a trench position. So now any panic didn't come out.
Who said me busa question because afe na the budget.
Nti ye kai no.
Assembly now the kai na man na some o kan. I mean he's not addressing what I said.
You be say.
He's not addressing what I said.
You be say. Budget na wo kind dia so ka so beton su a o so ka se e be beton su 50 Ghana cedis e beton su be say asem wa minister ka che ye ne say sa de ne korampo no omunwie oh Afia we are not in normal times obia nim say ya we e bai ya ho bo ne nyina agire sikasem so nto mampanyi e be ye announcement say what the $100 million atwa to ho say yemfa ntu sa na moyi na bia na ba ko mienu miensa na enum na the minister responsible no sabe budget kra onye nweya. It's an alarming situation.
Okay.
But what I say,
okay,
they to so biem emra committee ni be share on the second occasion ye bisa wo no mo no mo say sika o mehia e de aye adwuma ni nyina no 35 million Ghana cedis. As at that time no the o mo ka kire on the floor of the house o betumi anya 2.5 million cedis. But just that time no na Ghana na a useless country na say a useless country.
Okay.
After the time na you can say here 35 million no. Omo ka kire ye say omo nya na fi na mu twa na makọ pesa sika no na a useless country na say a useless country.
Okay. A valid question.
Now, please. Now 35 ni enya. Any ehuri call ye. Any e see ye pay. Ye konya $100 million. The $100 million ne do bia any other kind say I was say ye den ye $100 million available. Afia me call ye can be contingency fund. Me call budget nim. That time me kwa na minister ne ma abontin anaso me hia ye. Me call hwe ye no na contingency in the 2020 budget no. Na around 171 million Ghana cedis. We are me de So what I say. Now another important issue I'm a person me reason. Make the issue of an okra I can president according to you. I'll call you now and here. The point I raised, somewhere no actually say, me man can say president according to you here. They make any say, you were precautionary measures be na was ye take obia ye dia betudwa nti so man panyi if you know way aba na say no way o ma record the cases are even to send a signal out there say the year can ye mfanya adwuma na enye serious okay Professor Mills emre bi esi ya o say amane nsa so obia nseche no okay is ade no nga president can seche ne say but now they send a signal nti na nke be ye yi a nka na president na nkasa mu nkwa ye den on quarantine no na nya ade e wo so ko airport ho ko chinchin ho no ko kumase no ko shia krofo no yes ade that was my position there.
Okay.
But they make what you say into the most important issue they say ade we e be escalate near they are no defend here if we hear that because as I sit here the minister responsible for finance and where I sit if I'm very constrained mama coach obi ncho you share papa be at the committee level or say honorable ye ba mo nimo a ye pese e ka no kro nyina e de kire mo na mum se me ye ka no kro ni yiwe na mo kwa abonti ho na mo kokotimi a the next time me ba me nka bi that's why I'm constrained.
Oh, okay.
He stated that at the committee level. Or say honorable ye ba ha e pese e ka no kro ni nyina e den e de kire mo ye members of parliament na at least mo hu de ekọ na mum no se ye ka no kro ni wiwe na mo kwa abonten na mo koti yenya ye highly uncomfortable next time we share no enu nti senyesa aka say ma me hwe egu ha no
okay because senyesa confidentiality so
exactly
but before beba mama do koko Mr. Wado
Mr. unze enyesa Mr. Wado
me pesa be ye bank
no enye me can say me acho if me bacho ade bia me pesa me nua ti ase ne say public finance me nye I don't belong to Ghana government. And no has here. I work for the state. Okay? I don't work for the government. Me nye abalejuma, me ye omanejuma. I'm as a lecturer. I'm as a senior research fellow. Me ye day I'm omanejuma. The governments will come and go and I'm there.
Now watch that.
Now me masima me can no me can what is supposed to be the case. Right? Because that's as an economist. Ghana, your budget is a running budget. And you're static. Which I see 1st January, we miss it ho. And I won't spend DBB. But every day biano, you collect money and every day you spend. And no na person what I see.
Okay.
Say I call boss who here. Every day we collect money. And also my bobo skabe be so. Say I boss say you US there and then you bit unfortunate. So what I say. Now when you must be no work kan. Tio Minuenka Afia Mr. Maming regional want to say. This I'm a finance minister and statement no can any. What say we are currently in discussion with the World Bank to tap into a US 12 billion World Bank Group fast track COVID-19 facility to help close the financing gap. Until sad areas, the financing gap, because of financing gap, it is a difference between what expenditure and income. It is the difference between what expenditure and what income and at the beginning,
say a financing gap.
Financing gap. That is what is here. It's a statement to me. Onwa obi a we close.
Unfortunate.
The Parliament. You are the better. So it was me bo. Okase financing gap. One can say. In fact, enwa yewura kwaku ba kon. Neba enwa yewura kwaku ba kon. On Peace FM. I can say what that fair finance minister.
Ebusano.
I'm say enya no kore. Oh, munya politics no na mo no Ghana.
You are doing politics with
this. And you do too much
politics with this.
No, me that's for that.
I can't know who I will check. Na statement $100 million.
Doc,
I can't get it clear and get educated here.
It's not about
it's $100 million.
Doc,
I'm a financing gap.
But Doc, it's not about a candle.
We keep quiet.
But Doc, it's not about a candle. Doc, it's not about a candle. But Doc, about
intelligent.
Coronavirus was some nearby. Because this is the area. Any lecture, any man, this any man, people about Doc. I was saying yes, you can't a bit of but Doc Abuche. Doc Okoboy, but addresses I issue, especially when you have 3 more new rules.
I'll address, but just
I can never develop.
At the time, I
don't have any hope.
At the time, I'm president. Every no we buy. Not the actions are many countries in the world ethics is they weren't taking action and NDC can say Anka should have taken.
Okay.
Many leaders flew, visited other countries that time. They didn't go into self-quarantine.
Okay.
So please let's listen. If she say now president took over, he will self-quarantine.
Okay.
My uncle
exactly.
Look, countries are at that time a president self-quarantine, you know. Only the self-quarantine, maybe and the was tested positive. That's what I say. So based on the event, it determines the actions.
Okay.
No, exactly. The second point I may say, it has been determined that the only thing that is more dangerous than the coronavirus now is that of fear. Any comment or kasa obeka eko bonkrofo hunu idea eyamiya about it. This adina sebi yemi we start here about 100 million no. Sebi, forgive me, that might not be their intent.
No,
but it created a lot of panic. That I can't say you move by. Not just come here anyhow. Look, forgive me. All I've done is a master's in business administration. I'm even yet to get my certificate, maybe a month or two. So, my senior economics kakra. Although me a medical doctor, me paucho. Say any leader, announce say I've allocated 100 million for this activity. Me paucho. Any interest or China a draw the sack. And then say G. Now, 1.2 million and say Ghana ha your consolidated fund. It be a Ghana sika wa you at any point in time. Sika woman is not less than 100 million. I'm making a point.
Okay.
Sika Ghana wa a basket futrom. I want to edit sports. I want to edit environment. I want to edit local government. At any time, sika woman and such 100 million. It's more than $100 million.
At any point.
At any point in time. No, do you know the state's money? Sika expenditure about here. On a daily basis. So the point I'm making
is say to me verify.
No. Oh, you can call anybody that at any point. Sika where foot trouble. It's way beyond $100 million.
Okay.
So the point I'm making is say, if president, they say a crisis. Remember, sir, this is a crisis. Nobody plans for crisis.
Yeah.
So across the world, I might be or use scan. So scan one planet or use some corona. So what the finance minister did, Maminka, no, and some of our sources are. What do we have a replace scanner while using?
Okay.
So let me read the speech the finance minister gave. Theo, very important. One of the paragraphs. Oh, see, Mr. Speaker, measures are being put in place to close a possible financing gap in the 2020 budget that could result from the impact of the coronavirus.
Yes.
These measures may include, because there are many places you can tap money, may include withdrawal from the Ghana Stabilization Fund.
Okay.
Occasioned by the anticipated shortfalls in annual budget funding amount, ABFE. We will come to this house, we will come to this August house to seek for the necessary approvals in due course. Okay. See, we are currently in discussion with the World Bank to tap into a $12 billion World Bank group fast track COVID-19. This money World Bank has put aside for COVID. Normally, we could just get interest made
okay.
Because a crisis with such a money, either is zero interest or very low interest.
No,
so I might be a
zero. They have indicated
zero. Yes. I might be a smart and I wouldn't left or right. Quickly, because you automatically have a finance. And now let me say on authority. Government is making expenditures. It was never in the 2020 budget. More sanitizers are being ordered. With Ghana Service Director Dr. Boaji, Ghana has ordered for a consignment of personal protective equipment. We are scaling up our things to meet demand. All these are expenditures. Payments are being made. Yeah, true warrant. Sika and Kasebi and Kairibe. So we will spend money now, but you must get the money to come and replace so that you can still do other activities. Okay. And guess what? I have bicycle. Internal finance minister, I'll come here for necessary approvals. But in the beginning, say, hey, send us can I say spending crown? But at any point, a foot to us, now we are buying, we are president, we are minister. Now, why would you discover asphalt, re-asphalt, now for sebi area. No, you take from the consolidated fund and apply it. But you must find money to close that gap.
Okay.
Now, and now, Sebio, I said, media maker, impression echo out to no. Impression echo and say, Sebio, am I only one Ghana? But it is not true. What we are doing is taking steps to close the gaps that will come. And for your information, the gap is in the US. The gap, any country, China. One plan is Ankara Afiwe or the Sika ko spray China Kroninya. SAS can obe friendly ways ahead are replacing. Inte Pamucho, President Antoine Tro, now Dr. Banso Ediabe Munwaminka, Osho bit said Dr. Sarkodie, or ye one of the authorities in public health. No can Ghana team na lead no. Dr. Siasari, why ye management for over 30 years. Dr. Daniel Asari, Kolebu CEO, management in health disaster, UK everywhere for many years. All these people were leading the fight. Or mind be out to me they will be beheading, count. But for friend, scaling up your efforts because at any point in the curve, you must escalate your efforts to contain what you are dealing with. And so say Ghana now only say no kind. Let me conclude. Normally, if any disaster and emergency now will treat here, your details will come before even the total budget amount. Tio. But when you are dealing with an emergency, you can't just say Jao to UTV. President of Despite, senior, Despite. About like I say, maybe 1 million Ghana at all. Say Jao we had be daily. I find a moko conscious say, ebi ensuo be fa kakra, we be fa kakra, mo be tough furniture kakra. E beti me ba no kra say, niam o use no details no will be more than 1 million.
Yeah.
I bet me by the week after say, ma 2 million there too. So the point is that the allocation is an intent of the maximum limit.
Okay.
Once you want,
beti me abroso, e beti me try less.
if Ghana needs $500 million to keep Ghanaians alive, this government will put in that money.
And go and find it later. No, they are
But that's budgeting.
Okay.
You never plan for it.
Okay.
Once you are spending it, Ghana Mrakra PFMA, Public Financial Management Act, I see a base cabia ways. Men by Casa Code 90, where they own him, but about to call it to gloves now. You have to show how you used it.
Okay.
And there must be law to show that Parliament approved it.
Okay.
Such approval, some kind minister can say obey them, obey buffer.
Okay.
Yes.
I think UTV, remember how it is here. A video no of the finance minister echo Parliamentary. Okokaye to settle this said ya omo hwe no Dr. Boy cheme statement but said ya etiefo no so behu ene a omo hwe wo fie no omo so behu say de ya kana ya nokre ananye nokre no e wo say ya so yetumi ya education bi ti e benya video no cause ya UTV ade we kase boy be kwa fa ba na ya church obi ehu the finance minister nankasa account on the floor of Parliament. Yeah, the video ni bebe see about prof make a point answer ni ko video no so. Doc Mesa ba about 3 new cases na message I could do 19 no.
Me pese obi a otie ene me nua kwabra candle ti asese. Me o invite me ba ha no as a historian. My research, my publication on Spanish flu and as influenza. Enti na me ba ma Hassan ba be politics. Enti yes sen kan ba Hassan ba be politics. Obi ene on mo ha no ma osuru se obeyi nanim because right constitution no ma ho kwan se obi o ye Ghana ni bia no or join any party bi or can freedom of association metimi a join NDC metimi a join CPP metimi a join PNC metimi a join MPP whatever it is na ma ba nam se ba be kasa ma betimi ba ha as a historian ene so obi ate ase me ba e me historian gap atare ye me history na ba na be kan ya me politics ena me ba no me disagree with him as ma be kan no asoma me ba ya be kan e nyina no e bia no e objective dispassionate so on the American enti say your core platforms so say ya enye careful because we as for nyina hwe attempted no enye fine sabi producer obi ene ono ma ntesikoko nyina ni but ye nyina ye jai ete ntesifufu the American
yo that's professor mo kan no so bia right wa wo fie so wo right say obe decide the obeji edi nti de tie de ya ka no obetimi join live wo Facebook and I say despite media wo YouTube na wa comment o do wadwenche ba e benya bocha aka at the end of the day no one of the most important things I say nyina ya tie ase in debate ne nkomobo ne Ghana democracy ne say we agree to disagree ye nyina ya dwene ntumi nya ba akoda enya possible nke bi nsua economics ne bi nsua sociology ne bi nsua law ne bi nsua history ne bi nsua medicine enko obia enya me ametie meso me ho madwen amedete anum say to de bi ankofo ne me ya adwen to de bi obi ne me disagree to de bi to me fire me to de me so be fire obi that's the beauty of it yenyina ya fire for fire usa yenyina ya adwen ye ba kwa anka in the Bible there's a story about Nimrod ko nyankopon be me yenyina ya tena wan tower nim bo pese obi adwen ye different obubu tower no say obi adwen sisan obi language that shows say onyankopon compare one way nti yanto aso critical issues ne wo live UTV ya the video ne beba sesi Afia ba be ye 3 new cases 1 2 3 akoka 16 no nti say coronavirus cases 19 yebufuo corona ne wa yebufuo corona ni is here woni NDC ni MPP obechew ye ba collect man doc memo address that issue no you say like man some of the suspected cases men can say be elect man suspected cases kofona babontin and omo babe jonso ebim be use washroom PPEs personal protective equipment ni eka wasem no ye wododo ana ye ni dodo what say Professor Kwatin aka say tete no kwa 1918 ye nya Spanish influenza no ya manage ni ye nti wo ni pe kuma wo no we don't want the same repetition ya share video no mra ye ba na ya ba beto aso akọ Dr. Okoba here 3 new cases any like my issue no how are we managing it ebi ameka me amete ebi ameka wa wo fie enen kora ko fie school for nkora na ade ni ebe ka wa asem ne NIA ya share video no mra na fe beto aso critical issues ni your live on UTV. Also your live our UTV make how say critical issues and Dr. Okoba mame we take on 3 new cases no.
Yes sir.
Is it that more cases no ho dada and am bu no talk am Ghana for and I say
no usually no some aka say nkofo bebre aya diagnose positive enya ade asebi omba hospital ankomu
okay
omo ye active omo ye well but o test ni moja obe test dem positive enti media menim say population mo no you can pick people omo ye positive enti no be a massive outbreak so maka che say me specific no say be dey be cause I dey akosro I do limit be answer na dey esi form na me nyanka ma enko through any further but additional kakra me wonu menim say ebe cause answer na dey above form and secondly me juma so say me kire o sena presentation picture no tie bebre autis or my positive no pacho and in chese o collect my order ICU.
Oh okay.
Yes, morbidity chese medicine chese o yare no low in the cases. So about 95% say nkofo ha and then o my positive 95 the omu na ma omu koba e wo mu fie ba omu nkode abontin. Kakra no so a say bi o metima yare serious no nyankopo adom Ghana ha omu yare you about 3 or 4 na omu ntiapo yeah sure omu wo Ghana ha ya omu no mehye PPs aso no be call no be bo hu nyina aban no enti mi da nyankopon say ya training Ghana for a omu timi e den e ma wo care and please continue to limit your movement limit just say o we be corner hu hia enko and secondly continue to expand the space between you and the other person so never me way na obi ade ejuma limit your movement say me maba mu studio anopai nipa anopai onko ebi on fi ocho ni TV no ono risk e form che Okoboy because me mako many players na be kofie number 2 me and me ben vim no anka vim etina far away na metina me risk na ida akofo but kai we are talking about risk any chance me and my players chance me ba benya corona wo a wo share dem no wo bet na ida at 30%. So all is about risk now and what say yembo by what say yenhwe hu so ede you see there's a difference between fear and being cautious. We all must be cautious. It is caution that we use to treat epidemic obi ahwe no see I say before chemi utina play mu now weather no ye good pilot to make it so we have a storm so that shall seat belt but when pilot no start to say adi we dey hu one hwa onu kasa be kun kofo bebre o play no so about health wise this is a storm that we are dealing with and the instructions are that put on your seat belt, limit your movement, keep the space between you and the next person, and use sanitizer or wash your hands. We are safe.
But you don't collect my issue, no? So, mommy.
Like my issue, the American say, Sebi, you don't micromanage everybody. I do have by Yama instructions. I'm all Ghana Health Service, including Kolebu. Kolebu on the protocols. Let my on the protocols. Sebi, you minim say let my protocol. I was saying nipa na yen force. Say patient be aba now or a suspected case. You won share room and one say be ompin ko another place say bia enye private room and washroom no say be was say providing man no not mean use for ebia obey juice and be what I say enti I'm happy I'll check with the medical director onim say time do say fa chemi room obebre suit me spread
and also
now say America you fair Facebook peninu fair Twitter peninu say they should form a whole unit for checking on Niama any for Jinaso quickly no mo yin free go do o she dem otobi say no say watch out police hospital suspected case ukosha no foundation the paper mucho luckily your website e na offer new cases no yen for official data nye de enye juma embrace edua the most important person is the media person but the most dangerous person too can be the media person so you are the same place there is hope be free Mo na mo di doom beba. Mo catch the real story. But please, say you confirm that.
Mayenka. Yo. Abusiamo so awo share live UTV we critical issues. Saturday anope bia ene de ebrel. Encha kese nkoma wo awo share ba comment baba Gladys Bodu ya ma me Gladys Bodu so share North Carolina US and o ka say if I like education and call for ne de my especially prof history na abakwasem na odema na onim da say first world war ya we be say esiyema the same modus operandi and so spread yes esinam a message or there but see if you always watch your program before I get out of bed na say matna hapa na me hwe o program no but me do panelist for ni bi ehun ya ne say de omoji akinye na afa akwakoye akutia ne kase ntwini ade ye hye omo aso omo ba omo enye steady pa my o se me kra de me de kofo ne ba me nye steady wo mo me de omo by sinam well noted Kofi Mensa and also me hwe wo pa in fact and critical issues mama ya tinsem na se pa but one thing is Donald Trump kra no wanye nida says our coronavirus besi ewa America onwu ya na ebu afa na so ntiga na so eto de bia yeso ya me ni enna ho ni ehun se de be ye ensem ni ye ahonfe part and also me hwe wo live ewo UTV so ewo YouTube na me sanya kopon enso empire bo e de magana se onhwe Ghana so se de be 90 cases e be so wo ma na enkyere na enko echi Messi ewua ewo Facebook se me hwe na me try video na wo be yi ni video ni ehun de finance minister okoka yankasa de enkomo na obi aka ne de obi aka no obi read statement no and so obi aka ne de ntibo video no ni ehu Dave Joe amankwa mensa wo New York and also me so me hwe live wo New York na I'm enjoying discussion na mo de ba no eye pa Nathaniel Apia wo DC ono so se me hwe pa na enjoy discussion na mo de ba no Papa Willie and so abayadwumani and o kasa me enjoy discussion e pa say enkomo no koso braba kwa dia dia ba say as en de aka ndo ehia ni meter pa so program so say aka ndo you meet your meter yes I dey powers ni buko mbanku no aka ndo do fa be bi as obi entumi mo ne fe e no ehia e dok so de abma na dok so kokko na aka ndo so kokko nti obi ante no wase obi akoma tia so e na obi agya very interesting obi agya dok omo sesere kaka na so agya dodo
mi di ya magana
udi ya o
me di abro kada se mo do so seriously mi di ya magana
dok omo so de we de fan dok de buko kwa
mi di ya magana
Elvis Dako secretary no ka sevem at the end very true 3 cases now all can confirmed nti empenifo say ye hwe hu ye pa na one Ghana movement so the questions be baba e dey ama aban say aban enye steady meko some of the issues are for instance our group no wo mo erase no eso na abrantia ba ko say apizo o say vem metie mo pa na good discussion and na mo dey ye no mini aba free ye I am a classmate or Gimpa Law Faculty, you know, see if you're not the pressure, control the people. As I can't on the dog now, be acting on what's it. I am with this almost far apart because a commuting by party out here and can do it. My free Chadia Emma won't get to that point. Every year comment or day Eban. There's another movement. Stop coronavirus Ghana. Dennis Monet, Nini Animal who has almost better who Monte so normal Ncheche. There's also another issue which is the Ministry of Local Government. Ye mame Haji Alima abese ye tutu market bimo ye be spray ho nyina efi Eduada. Enkofo bi dia yam hihye Dr. Okubo is mo bi am panike. Baby so dia yam hihye kototo ne ma kwhye dem. Ti say de ehu e wa abroche aman ebisu no. Is that the way to go? And asa enye sampacho send messages e wo YouTube page so e wo Facebook na menkenka ni nyina e ma na ye mo enkomo no. Pop amemra also e wo measures na aban say local government ye be spray market. And there but before that NIA anopeya no mo de ayam hihye e so mo ejai registration no. Na wa se ekoduru ho na nkofo okam nkofo osu na munyayo omampani mu ya akasa na esida enu je ma nkofo bebre kwa wa adwen se omampani fo awo so na na omo chodi no wa pa be kasa na ye mra enu entifo ene abanche se omampani kasa ye mra nti ade na NIA fo chro ade na oso obi siu court e wo court ansa na omajai
medase me ankasa no na madwum na mente NIA boss no ase emra president akasa you say se opani kasa na edware wi na nsuo asa so edinka president kasa e no say university e ho na me wo me yedin ye the letter by say ye nkola ni nyina nkofie you say crazy another letter bakra say benada ye nyina ye nko leave
teachers no
lecturers ni nyina ne workers ni ye nyina nko leave kopem say 14th date na president dey aba no
say be spray ho
na just essential staff hospital ni security for nkwa na ebe ka hodoma on be ye adwuma eti na menti ase de enti a opani ne yesa na se ebeti ase a just odon ankasa na tuna num tuo no ma ya ti ase se ebi ade enti a me yesa ni but wenya ye Ghana for nso no yenim ye constitutional rights anuanom bi nso nti ase sa de enti na o mampani de maraba na wan so na om de no call Supreme Court based on the nipa na ye no ono aso why den watwe asan so eti yemfa eno nkoto
enye eniamo ho na na ye no so mampani akasa na mugu so tro ana oni omo yi kase president support omo nti no omo tro din enya adwene
oh say member president the benefit of the doubt embre bebre so obi yapani no hye mmere bi ana so ka asim bi na akola bi ani so a na ye de subo no nyina ekwa akọbọ opani no ya na ye mfomso a ye ene se opani ni di tumi ama na ye adwuma I don't think say president or baabia all over Ghana so dey mechi obi odi tumi ama no wo nipa no to no dey ama say esanso oni tumi entra baabia no si di so mame enti odi adwuma na ama wo no you can be say you are responsible for your omissions and commission into ye the bibia bibia no wan kasa wonipa no woni e betwe ho aso enti de nipa na ye no say president no abede nanim adaye nyina yanim ye hwe the president no be me feel say pani no wa anya de so ho say e ba sa no de mi kan tie say so consult ne management team and ne board
management team no any president one and two
management team the board I don't think say the board chairman no president no na appointed no and as a board members na omo nyina president appointed no omo otumi e bro president no so ho etike ba sa no a na sen ko muja e wo se no omo de nipa na kogu ho no mo a omo ye sa adwuma e de na enso no kese otie na nka omo ye bibi sa beto omo anya enya ba wi so ho eti yemfa no sa na
shouldn't we cite him.
Yeah, so when you are you know dear asudie no ana say you know dear enye me ne president say me na me president dear enka meka bibi but esan say me president no me jump the gun
okay
you enjoy my president
but prof ade ne yakwache sofo wa asori dem say oye asori na NIA for de ye hina no wo mo etro di no mo de enye wo mo hwe ne say NIA aden enye na emom ye yimu
yeah ya ban adwuma e na omo ye adwuma ama ban minim the course
okay
on say me man the benefit of the doubt minim the course e bi a kokua mu the course
okay
e na ye we no nyina ye nim me before so metimi ama ayi bi aka bibi say no na just one moment all the full facts
okay
based on that that's how I do my work as an academic
okay
they say me half of it e bia ye gina okura ye condemn no kura no na wonim de see we akire so it do the yemfa eno nto na say wanye de na so ye oba out no timi tuna no mutuo no ba kirikiri mu a e ho no na taking on so can say a task mu nso a ye be ye tunu for say next time say panika sa I don't think say e so ye den
okay
ubu akire eye bibi ti say de okoye ya akofa sa ne ma we ya ba
me in fact me letter no wa ha say NIA letter no signed by Francis Pamdelti, head of corporate affairs for NIA, suspension of mass registration exercise in the Eastern region pursuant to the service of an application of for interlocutory injunction restraining NIA from continuing the mass registration exercise in the Eastern region. All officials are to take notice of and adhere to the following. Registration exercise currently underway in the Eastern region has been suspended effective Saturday 21st, which is in pursuant of interlocutory injunction.
Yeah.
Doc, ne was say a chamber, not just say injunction. Can I afford it? Yen fit to do kuna koma bo.
Exactly. Who can wait me ready but who catch them and cheers yet say. Essence the court. And also can yen among one who be.
Okay.
Say obi ye bibi ana aban pokura na ye president no ana se na taban no bi eye bibi na sa ade na ye no etia ye mra nti na ye Supreme Court ye separation of powers so aho ye wo executive ye wo legislature and ye wo judiciary obia edi ni kui so aho eti wokọ America na wokọ baabi a ye hu de si wo America ye hu se obia anya obia ye constitution no e ma ye hu se obia anya obia eti obia anya obia no ene ma ebinom so hu se dabi adenti no mampani no ahyemra na wo wendi so ena nipa no nim baabi o mugina so mugina CPP so mugina NDC so mugina MPP ho se de ana so mugina PNC o mo se o mo fin se o amfa ni di ama president ena o makọ ena no agina so aka se e science ade we amoye enti no mejai e ma no ti ase se senka we am so nko be koso aye sa na wa endanger the lives of most Ghanaians so because we e koso me timi se be ma nke nipa ni bi so obi wo ho no onya bi se ne yete ya na ye kase e mere duru ya ayi no tension ba so me am twi makonwa kwa akire because me say ma hwe ye kura na ono abo akando kasa kura na nanu ntasi kura betimi agusi ade so ne ade ese ye den ya avoid it is a nipa no ban close contact na oya yi ni dina unim se me obi me so me nim so obi etina mfin se ka esenka o stop na esan se me nim di nti a e ma o course ni nti no me mfa so di ni bebre mo no se de medical aka
okay
na ifin se ye ko ye nim no die ese obi adi ani die e ma president wo opposition na wo e friend say abamu ese de ye ni die ma president na ye hu se sa amre ye wo mu se ye pa de enye mre papa mu ni na si ye hu ni ye na ye ko politics a coronavirus onim MPP onim NDC onim CPP enipa o mo anyinye bie no a ze ye de abeto 19 people no se wo kwa hwe na ko bi some political background e bia na cut across all the political divisions.
It's true. Honorable Kando.
Yeah. Anyway, you might not chepa. I mean, from youth organizer, and you name the style of debating. And Sabi, me name the American. Sabi, me share points at the age of 19 years. Mano mama semda. Until be American piano, we are very careful about what I say. Many information, I will never mislead the people.
Okay.
Afia, some person you know, jai kasane boy and some moment, but you know, stop talking. Na say me criticize aban na politics and me koso politics no because that is my responsibility. Say man criticize aban na me say me so me bom nsema aban a I have been irresponsible. Nti be bia loopholes wo bia no me reason but yan koso ni matem but it comes with it. Afia me say another special appeal. Wo so wi a obe me abo minister na say but yan mo yeni kan mo de omampanyi ka first kan no first. The body of Mampanyi can first can who you are, where sir, or Mampanyi to see ye.
I mean, the production team no
now we are not body ministers here, anonymous appeal. Moving from there, I fear the kind, many of boy can say the FR time ma, or Mampanyi call honor. Nay, ya dear, a Maya who do no mosono, or Medusa level, and then I make a dear for his information. Clearly, sir, directives no, a Ministry of Health. Any Ghana Health Service, and no medical abontin first, no man panicra, a work went you. Okay. The young men are medical abontin, a ministry, no, and it is a minister, and when you say, you do so level no medical abontin, yeah, Ugugula, okay, a press statement on the Bible to say, be observe these precautionary measures. Dear, a toss of being a NI in sense me, Afia, NI can you only a fee say, Nanka, or more Casan, or Maso Brache, and I do man pania cano. One per se, on Betty. Now, the air my real ho, I was answering way mu, and they say, a bay paying for share says some would defend the NIE. What I'm a rap way. A buy penny for paying for, including the ministers, I don't know, pious.
Or defend
the position of most of Abamu communicators. So, and yet issues Nina. Meanwhile, no, if you saw him say, NIE, the office of the president. So it's under the office of the president. Intina ehu se omampanyi de bibisa ababetudwa na wono mo omampanyi aso ye hwana nkasa no ono mo ebeye yi. But Afia, another very important thing I was touch on. Now I wish I can meet my details. Afia,
no problem.
Afia, me dear wo pass we are still not adequately prepared.
Okay, as on mine.
Afia sikaya make am wasem and I still insist and I me gina ho say Sika is nowhere to be found. Even as a committee, you are interrogating, send you also look at the minister, you are interrogating a person, okay. Even a World Bank for the IMF, sometimes you cash a quite a money bro. Until when near man, I because of Kokotono, so we submitting our quota, no more there. You understand? I ain't need anything of that nature. I ain't whom baby Sikano Airden, Ewo, into say, young Kamana, your president, ya. The young Kamana, minister responsible for finance, ya. No man really this cannot be a real name say. Young way and say my president, I'll criticize here why your politics there. And yet, Mekosu, no my star politics until I can't come. Okay. If you are media, I mean, I do my ye, Sabi, bread yassa, I do my ye. They say, to me, and yeah, Muslim music, but uncertain the day. You understand? You do baby, you be at temper at the end of the day. And then, what I think, they are me fair. And they say, Sabin Predrasa, the American piano at the end of the day, between your born mine, some year 1 year old, some year 2 years so. That is immaterial. Okay. The Etienne said, if you are net, we are president, me 2 years and 5 years. A China, if you can more than president. And Yakopo say, the MB piano, yeah, Obi more bianim tia, Ababone Umuno, Umo bia, Buno. Men mo bien tia.
Ape de Dogo ko. Yansa mo hospital o mo PPs ni bi
unze me politics me pese me kwa kodi osofu.
O pese kodi osofu.
You are the most dangerous politician omo you say ya. Now you see the enemy is not any of us. The enemy is
coronavirus,
corona, disease, unemployment. So let's calm down. Point quick one man say
is still like you're prepared.
Yeah, no, I'm coming.
I still stand by it.
I answer it.
We are not.
Directives are by
whitewashing
self-quarantine in your manner. Sebi directives I can say by force. Ubasi say this a work isolate. By the time president came from Norway, that directives no buy.
Oh no, it's not.
I'm coming, please. I beg you, I can't do. I can't do Nyabote. This directives, oh please. This directives are banned and say, I can't say, please. Directives are banned. The first statement in the can say, these are the advisory. General name was on here. What to quiet self-isolate. But this recent one say, any option. It is compulsory. So at the time, Ghana Service, those earlier directives, you see as much as possible, do ABC. Okay. These ones are compulsory. Okay. If you flout them, no country in the world are critic camps and comfort to coin or if you do that, you even increase their risk. People don't know what you have thousands of people. You create a concentration camp. Say will be a me. MD or company be and can fee conditions of them. Only look at pavilion. Ukra condition be increasing medical condition. Now, NIA issue, there are 2 lessons I'm answering from. I encourage people a lot. We are active citizens. Sometimes, who can now say, I buy in tea and I be or agents in India. Go to the court. Me, country whenever first. The law is supreme. Because of interlocutory injunction, why they were treated so a kama. Another lesson we have learned in say
disrespect. So my penny back as I think which is why Obiaka say Mr. President support you.
Maybe I'll explain something. Anytime I the intervention between all the policy bar, you'll be a friend of monitoring. Okay. Udi share by and I claim say Obetimi organize didn't such that Obe observe the required distance. Obe keeping the numbers under control under 25. But I believe I was not there. I suspect and Crawford will say they are not complying. And see what they claim in the beginning, monitoring has what exposed it say it might not be so. It might not be so because Sebi Ofache Okobo mean call check here. But the fact say Yedi Mrabiaba says only himself Crawford.
I say we a member of GMA.
Yeah. Me appear one of.
I say one sanitizer.
No, don't worry. Me appear on one of your platforms, and I can say GMA. About this, I'll go.
Yes.
Contrary. Exactly. Yes. But the point I'm making is say, there was a unya in dealing with interventions in the policies. Okay. We share sorry, be no more sorry. No come now Sebi. You see, more mun share Christ also. Let's say they are not in their church. Omutina apatabe se kasa. If you go and meet them and they are 10 in number. Be careful not to start slapping them.
Okay.
Because they say that no gathering should be more than what 25.
Okay.
So if they enter a church, not say omo do 25, in some way no omo sorry, it is sort of against the directive. But assuming they are in a cell meeting, no mo bon komo, no mo ye tenor. You have to be careful. So monitoring helps you to see whether ishishayenu nipa na disu and now when disu. But if we are being in a lockdown, you see lockdown, just yes, and then one point, look, no country in the world till a absolute cinema or might be any they can be adequately prepared for an epidemic.
Okay.
That once they tell you it's an epidemic or an outbreak, it means it is ahead of you. So all your work is to catch up, and possibly go ahead of it. Letting people stay in their homes, not going to church in the morning, it gives you space to run ahead of the virus. That's why New York City in America say in 3 weeks' time, if they don't get hospital supplies, they will run out.
Even New York. Even
New York City. So mejitum obiase mumba is good. We must scale up our efforts. So we either catch up with the outbreak or we go ahead.
Okay. Exactly. I was going to share live critical issues here live or UTV. But I want to come share and the Stephanie who Tama Gulf City also share that's Afia farms that's share only twins also so I will share Sister Mercy. I'm watching and listening to you at the same time now. You guys are doing a good job. Coronavirus they said that Dr. Okobu boy come and then you say you just say betting maintaining and spread it. Especially say see if you Ghana ha ne yonko Ghana for entem no kanena ka if you abroche neighbor and Sister Mercy asema oka eno no but yensa kan Minister of Finance video no asema okoka of Parliament yenko ebosa video no said ye betimi age Dr. Fe na ya settle sa controversy because part of ye dwuma ba akwa president de nsa nyankan mehu ewo me phone so ba ye be transfer ko ye system e be din to the yemo Minister of Finance de no asema okoka Parliament where are critical issues the basis here.
Minister for Finance has made available the CD equivalent of 100 million United States dollars to enhance our coronavirus preparedness and response plan. That is to fund the expansion of infrastructure, purchase of materials and equipment, and public education.
We are currently in discussion with the World Bank to tap into a 12 billion World Bank Group fast-track COVID-19 facility to help close the financing gap. In addition, we are discussing with the IMF to access part of a 10 billion facility made available by the IMF to address coronavirus through the Rapid Credit Facility.
The Minister for Finance has made available the CD equivalent of 100 million United States dollars to enhance our coronavirus preparedness and response plan. That is to fund the expansion of infrastructure, purchase of materials and equipment, and public education.
We are currently in discussion with the World Bank to tap into a 12 billion World Bank Group fast-track COVID-19 facility.
I was have critical issues near live on UTV. When na kofa amanso ne bae no sa videos iti ba me fama Dr. Fe. Dr. Fe videos no does it settle the controversy?
Yeah, it settles it but before ansana me ba ho no. My main can say this is I'm so minister. I'm Reverend very Reverend appear champion. Asende ibia mam say ohun se me bo ofu da. Pacho papa ni se bia me bo ofu na.
Say maka just smile cry.
Asem na na make. No kwasem a amagana man no ayedinti na obi kasa unze obale gona ye were professors of economics. So kasa won kasa da because the moment that be me one obi bi one pe na ya pam political party atade aso. No kwasem ni say ye no mu bi ye kan say ye ko politics a ke bia nke ye ko ye nim dadaada. Mempe say me politics no. Enti na offend me ko ye lecturer. MPP ba yi onkoto nsuo one cup nkan se ne maba power na me de bere o ma ne nyina ye nyina ni ye yum na ye pe asema obu sa me no kwasem no ene se finance minister asema o kan no na o se financing gap ye ka se financing gap ba o de abeto manim se expenditure 85 billion and the income there expected income is 67 enti se ne ma binti no minya income na and it is rightly so because every year be every day Ghana you produce 196 barrel of oil crude oil. At the time my budget now one is $62 per barrel and I come from man 43 40 something
29
it is a sanity na a new percentage am decline on 20 and not every year every day Ghana our GDP is losing 3.7 million of US dollars. Now, I mean, the point na Afia Busame say 100 million na wo ho ana say eniho. Ana me chire mama Ghana ni bia ate ase. Ne say yeru akando yi say nka na enye se bia wa preconceive say ebi mu kasetia of the party a. Kono kra be hu say omo kra da me do mu ba mu. Say ko ba say abawe ka say woni sa 100 million na this opposition is not now say you need to try friend IMF. It's a big shame to Ghana because finance minister let the come amu nyina ma ya we say your reserves no you will $6.2 billion na wom ya our budget ma ya mutna offend parliament and amaji atum I mean which means we have that money in our reserves ni nyina nkan fu ano stabilization fund say over $555 million US dollars I mean it yeah last year governor every two just what the 69 million of the US dollars na ada atum enti samu muti hwehwe na say abasi sikani ho yemfa nza je nka kan kran kan no kre na say muti hwehwe na mo say osi sikani no de chairman of the IMF aba na je say the collapse of the nation no enya aba no nko mo so mo ka ho so ati ase nti don ni ade ana meka na ya me pacho ye ba na se ye be ye ya mo ma ye kwa ye ni asabe ye nyo ni political party bia because me so ya me salary pay me je 3 days na asa so ati ase enti se obi be jina ho na se o ye se ede mo no na politics am mo ntine ne ma am wo no ede me ni bi am financial ne ne uba me ka me ba camera bi am dey see o camera bi am dey ba camera da no ma me kan no bi amfa am mo lan kusa mo lan kusa no me ni bi ba me babia no cheaper loan o mun tua duties ni adade also so adase sanka entisa me ba entisa me entisa me Kotra University of Ghana me ba some Kotra University of Ghana
also for sure
na say here me na me ti here we mu na me na matumi kan no po me ba prof matumi kan no pe no bi na to petrol gun mu na ma better before God the man na me offer me about 8 na my better na wo tag me as a me care was financing gap go and get educated on it financing gap is the difference between expenditure and all thank you prof and 100 million as no thank you I make can dog yeah that's I'm going to read about me
Don't see your betcha on our kind so I just to be any student. Prof, my memoir last word saying. Now, Dr. Okubo Mpaso precautionary way in the movie so that we can do the prevention. Doc, last prof last
yeah, the American children in Ghana for you and say my emfa coronavirus ya be ho nsem enya na me de ba bia me gina na me ye hwehwemu efa influenza ho said they see ye no sa time no if you say brewe no ye hunu ho hwe kura we is the Boroniba says the tip of the iceberg because no buy no one day kura within you know nipa ku om na nya asam 20 we kura de nyame afafie na because of science and technology medical science you know ama aye mako you 16 is nothing or 19 to me is nothing ye san record o there for bia na emom no ma ye manan ye de so we nya record o there ese enchese a doctor for ndia to ho no ye den ye di so na ye nso no a ebi nye ye ya ye wa ahoden ni wuska no ye mbo boa ye nua no ebi no ti om ho nsi ho no mo mo mu nua because ebi no ho no ma sanitizer kro mu ntimi ntobi obi no ho no ma
in fact see na Dr. Kobo de chem say kasapeko fire rabin alcohol Enra University of Science and Technology Kwame Nkrumah Tech omo so aye sanitizer and bi omo cheche ni free ama enkofo doc e de ba ko fi kolebu e de aba na esi wonom no kolebu fo so aye omo so cheche e de ma o say
why ya de umara
ya rank member e de Dr. Kobo okay
enti e de omo ye sa ni nyina omo aye ade but if you say ye nkoso ne anya ni bebre ne moa ahiafo because say ya hwe ni ye ne say ewura ahiafo no because emra esi 19 no sankrofo na affect you on sabra ne society no na entise ne ya eye urbanize na eye rural enso kura ahwe se dey spread ne ne ya urbanizer yetete unze wetia ne se basa ye kosa amre no bia betimi se nyame be pagu enkosa de eti bibia be ye boko ndi panifo no so obo ompaye na sofo ene nkramofo ene ye nyina yenkoso ne omo na measures na omampani dia asio no yuniso
dokokobo yenko last
the last one
precautionary measures.
Last one we can say you preparation here for corona no aban wona fa hospitals wona fa managers of hospitals they have to wake up to the call individuals oman phone so yes you are fa you see limit your movements say ko ebi na hu hia avoid it this is very necessary second one is see as much as possible no keep distance kakra between who ninipa ode no nya nkita ho no and thirdly ebi ankrofo ta hia bebre no sebi eho eya o afodi abeboa o na kai say oduro bi setama station enye se nkrofo doors o mpi na e ka say avoid no rail na o twema odu nsa so mu no obi su di inside den aso se bibi da o tumi den e fa kofie na third point ni say ye be pacho corona no se na make no bibi a rail eyampa sebi ye pese umbo hu ban so serious deserve attention but me the count say enye bibia doomsday chese we asi be na jo anu nti uko she dem why are ho o kire wan hwa ye cry was say be treat you for depression enye obi a wate say what test positive na ye kan order like man akolebu bebre wo fi o mo hwe tv o mo didi kakra bi so o wa ye hwe wo enti de hia ni say obi a bo hu ban there is no need for fear or panic and numbers ni de mo tie mi numbers no ebe den ebe koso se na Apollo etimi tini ntem no sa na corona etimi eden etini enti abani ye hye bia America UK obi a wan hye no still kakra bi de ebe den ebe si enti ye koso ebe sa eden asi from
abuja boy na mate before ebe kono abna jebu a o si please catch NDC guy no say onya so koso fear and panic and alarm no corona oni NDC oni MPP Emmanuel Amwako and us streaming no live wana as on there na edu baby no oyaira Abdu Kawawa no say this man is an MPP propagandist boss or a professional PhD holder enye agro said the dog kano Kwame Baja Newton no say as a discussion no edu baby na ya tiafa so ye nyina ya pacho honorable akando say obekwa akoye student prof ajatum so obeche na de nti we messages amode be enye Eric Edu was Afia have you seen your MPs so MPs no and John Baptist Emisa no say why does Ghana sit down for corona to swallow us like that and Che Ando say economists pa there asemo and Nelson Boateng Frimpong was say ya ntokwa na so say nyina no yakoye nim ne hwe na asomdwe eba ni nyina ye for corona I was for comments and also nti emfancy anu say uko Facebook a betime read comments na aka nyina critical issues nyankopon ya adoma next week ebe hia ba se da kese enko Emma Dr. Okoboy board chairman Kolebu Teaching Hospital MP for Lejokuku Abato Pesaso any Doc Donfe enso ewo School of Social Sciences was an economist ewo University of Ghana Legon any social sciences
Senior Research Fellow
at
the Center for Social Policy Studies.
Social Policy Studies.
I'm a development economist.
Exactly.
But Senior Research Fellow at the Center for Social Policy Studies.
Social Policy Studies, University of Ghana.
I'm a politician.
Professor Ose Kwame Kwatin, so a head of faculty of Dean of the Faculty of Arts, and then pressure no crowd also mami emu actually University of Ghana uko UCC into the student anyone who a candle ranking member health committee Presec for Mohagi Presec for Mohagi
can you see
Presec for na no private chow
can you see
one come Presec no be extra classes of Presec and so we chow
I wish I was next week. You do not end until we should agree to disagree. Near more on my economy. We have a Pokua and open movie. Nice weekend. I said, I come production team. Nina, Father Dick. Yeah, that's one my platform. No, Sika. Yeah, that's only being paid. Yakopo Shamu, cameraman. Yakopo Shamu.